go straight up to them, usually as they've busted, and get their immediate, how do you feel to have just lost all your money, kind of thing. You know, they hated me at the time, but you got a very natural reaction, and they were good little clips. And there's still about 200 of them out there on YouTube, I think, on the Rank Interactive channel, so have a look for them.
Jonathan Rabb, absolute pleasure. Great to see you again in the poker room, buddy. Well done.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Phil.
Amazing how we're on Twitch.
Yeah, we're on Twitch.
Let's go.
But,
morning, Twitchers.
on Twitch, basically, there's been some problems getting the GUK Pt website up and running after the refresh, so we'll have a few people coming onto Twitch to tune in. For the time being, we are on the case, trying to get it all sorted.
No, that's going to cut off after 26 minutes. This is normal.
What is the plan for the feature table?
The rest of the night?
Yeah.
So next break, I'll take it off, put another table on, and
No.
that'll be random notes, tables haven't been on so
From the
far
high
today.
road or from
It'll be from the main event hallway.
GC Popper, we've got round it's 115, I believe.
From his table,
115. We're slowly getting towards that 100 barrier.
that different table could take that from. So the table he's on currently goes quite big people.
because they've already been.
Yeah. So if he was to move by, his table won't break.
Yeah,
because
because
he's,
he's not
yeah.
Should be back now.
But if another table loses a few players and they might move a player from that table to balance, there's a chance that he could move, but he'd have to be in a big blind.
Calling to hope to be in a flip situation, so gotta let the fours go here as Ben. I'm surprised he hasn't actually taken less time to let this one go, especially after seeing that Queen 10 suited shove. It seems like he has a very good understanding of the game, so not sure why we're tanking here after an open under the gun +1, a rip from the hijack, and we're sitting with pocket fours. We're never calling here. Like Carl's range here is like the only hands we have crushed is deuces and threes. Other than that, we're just going to be crushed against better pairs or flipping against hands like Ace Jack that Carl does have here. So thinking about range that we're up against here, it's Ben just going to have to let the fours go. Not even sure why we're in the tank here. It's a pretty standard fold in this spot, and does get out of the way.
Move anyway at that stage, so obviously the feature change. But as I said, that table's one blind feature.
So we're back on all formats.
Are we good?
We are good. King Queen against Ace Jack.
Okay.
At the moment, it's $1 million to call for Lee.
So Lee's mistake this hand is opening 3x. We're playing 40k, 80k. We don't want to be coming in for a 3x open at this level, because as I always say, we're only going to isolate ourselves against better hands. We're only really going to get action from better hands. As soon as we start coming in for this larger open size, it's so much better to just click it at this stage. Just click it from 80 to 160. It's perfectly fine. It achieves so much more than coming in for 3x. And now Lee with the King Queen. He says call, sees the Ace Jack suited. He's got King Queen suited, and this is a big pot. 2.7 million in the middle. Carl with the best of it. And whoever loses this pot, it's going to be the end of their tournament, whether they're alive or not, because of stack sizes. And there's the king.
There's the king.
So an ace needed for the Ace Jack.
Ooh.
Extra outs now. It's a 7, so the King Queen wins a huge pot.
Big pot. So we're back on all formats. Twitch never went away. We still don't know how and why.
Look.
But Twitch is king.
Punty Mystic Ball says busted 560th today. Great event. Florian busted me. Absolute beast. Great run from him again. Who is the most decorated player left in the field?
Good effort.
Who is the most decorated player left in the field? That's a really good question, actually. Punty.
Jonathan Brown says, hope you got a tenner's worth of pound coins just in case it goes down again. We have.
It won't go down again today. It's all fine now. We just had to do a refresh for YouTube, and we're all up and running again.
For some reason, Twitch never stops. Twitch just automatically carries on, but the GKPT website and then the YouTube just don't seem to be as quick on refreshing and starting part 3. Really weird how it works. Yeah, we looked at Trevor Howard earlier on, and he just said, how did Trevor Howard die? Well, he was a Hollywood star back in the 30s, and no caches at all on the database.
Wow. Freddie says, is seat 1 part of the David Hay team? Yes, he is. That is AD. AD Phelan in a seat 2. He is part of David's team.
If he gets another all in and a call, and he's all in, and he manages to double up again, they'll hear him on the M6.
Yeah, CNHPTL completely agree with the King Queen there. 2 mistakes. First mistake is the open size, and the second mistake is calling off the jam. Because once someone jams against a 3x open, they're like a larger size than normal. Like, they're just not going to have hands like King Jack, which we dominate. We're just never going to have a hand in a dominated spot there. Obviously, we're flipping against pairs, but Ace King, Ace Queen, Kings, Queens, and Aces, like, we're just crushed against. So, shouldn't have been called with the King Queen there. But that's the thing about this game. Sometimes the bad play does get rewarded, and Lee now up to 2.7 million in chips and really in with a shot of this. Freddie said, what does he do for David? AD.
I don't know. Well, I've been an hairdresser, I'm guessing he mows his grass.
Couldn't cut it though, could he?
No, I don't know. I don't know if they're just good friends, but he may be the stylist that David Hay uses. Maybe we should ask him.
Cheetah says he holds his sailor hat. Hey, KE.
You alright?
How are we doing?
Alright, just in the high roller.
Good on you. How many's in the high roller? 600 nearly.
No, honestly, unreal. Like
Busy.
numbers.
Amazing.
How many was in last year?
Last year was just over 200. So I don't know where all these players have come from, Katie, but it's an incredible turnout for the high roller. It's unbelievable. Big Al, how is David looking and how many left? Well, we haven't actually had an update on him in about 40 minutes. 40 minutes ago he had 5 million chips. Cheetah says in the chat, if it is a good source of information, he says he's got 3.6 million now. So obviously if that is the case, he has dropped a few chips from his stack.
Moeed Rouse says, quick question. If you have an idea regarding a new tournament format, who would you get in touch with? I suppose it depends where you want to run it, who you want to get involved with, and what it involves. If it's regarding Grosvenor Casinos and the rank organisation, that would be...
AD. AD. Why are we not flatted? Why are we not flatted?
AD.
Oh, if we flat there, we potentially get Ben to barrel off. Got a set of nines. Like, Ben's not going to continue pocket kings there versus a big blind range. He's going to put in a little check. So we've got the effective nuts there with pocket nines. We've got hands like ace king, king queen, king jack practically drawing dead, and the hands that Ben just opens and continues with, they're going to be drawing super slim as well against our set. So it's so much better to come in for a flat there and then check jam turn if Ben does choose to double barrel, potentially leaving some value on the table there. Pengy says, just got home from a great time at the Goliath. Well done to the team. Top effort. Thanks Pengy.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.
See you later.
Katie.
Katie's in that high roller.
I honestly can't believe the turnout we got for that. Do you know what? If you gave me the line of 400, I would have had the unders by a mile for that event.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So blind on blind here, 88.4 off. If I'm 80 in this spot, I'm probably just going to complete and lead all flops. But I think 80 went to check in the small blind. He went for a little check in the small blind. But I talk a lot about this spot, blind on blind. It's a very good move to complete a lot of your range and lead flop, lead any flop, because the time our opponent whiffs, they just can't continue. But do need to be wary of players that overfloat. This play is not going to work too well against them, players that like floating in position. So you need to be player aware as well.
So Adam Walker just reiterates, Alan Barker won the last £10, the £13 flip and go on Monday that we were doing in the casino. The last one, he had no money. You bought him food and drink, and he is now still in.
Yeah, Diver's still in. I saw Diver in the field. She's pretty short last time I looked, but Diver Byrne is still in the field. Tommy G, is there a target of 1 million entries next year? 1 million entries? I think you might mean a million prize pool, Tommy. Can it be accommodated? Will there be changes? Presumably, we just want each day to be like Friday.
Dylan Moore says, how did you get in the tag team? That's for a question for Jay.
Right, basically, we ran up a nice stack. We were like top 5 in chips with 23 left and 20 paid, and we ended up coming 23rd. But there weren't much we could do, was there, Tower? What more can I do?
Fold pre.
What? Fold Jack's pre, yeah? Just not get it in against deuces. Just we're 80% favourite and just not get it in, yeah? Just fold them, yeah? And what? Lock up our min cash.
Make a min cash in like 20 quid.
What would you prefer, the 20 quid or the 3.5k? If we win that pot, Tower, we definitely have a good run in that tournament.
Yeah.
But it happens, it's poker, these things happen, you just got to take them on the chin, you move on and you forget about it. But Tower,
to be fair, I've got a lot of chins to take him on.
Yeah, but Tommy, I think the powers that be, they're great at arranging this event, and they'll figure something out to accommodate for everyone because of the expected field next year. We're getting like a 20-25% increase year in, year out, and if that's the case next year, we're going to perhaps break 11,000, let alone 10,000. It's just a crazy number of players that travelled down to Coventry to play this event. £930,000 in the prize pool this year, just 70k short of the million mark. It's just great to see. And 80 with the lady and just comes in for a limp here. So 80 limping the pocket queens, doesn't want to open, should be raising our queens here in the cutoff, but 80 wants the limp, and Ben going to get a free flop here with his 8-6. No way. What, the Zang Banger just won the Triton, Steve?
No way.
Oh, Aaron Zang, sorry.
Oh.
Aaron Zang won the Triton. I saw Zang
Aaron
and I thought, I thought it was a Zang Banger. I didn't realise there was another Zang out there. Ace-8-4, the flop, all spades. So 80 going to check behind here and take a turn, which is the king of clubs, just getting worse and worse for the queens here. And Ben with the 8-6. Probably going to check here as well. This king does hit AD a lot when he limps in the cut-off, so Ben just wants to get to showdown here with his 8 and take it down. But if this does go to showdown and players see that AD's limping hands like queens, a lot of the time I expect Ben and Lee to try and ISO him when they have position on him in later pots, like we saw with the 8 deuce a bit earlier. It's just going to take that 180 with the queens. James Hastings, Jay, did you see Sam Trickett's crazy bluff in the Triton? Thoughts, please, James. I haven't had a chance to watch the Triton because I've been working. I'll definitely be rerunning it when I'm back home after this event and catching up on the action. But the only hand I've actually seen from the Triton is the one when Patrick Antonius Hero called on the... Why is that funny? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? He was explaining it while he was in the comm, so I had to go and watch it because I wanted to actually get my own thoughts on it. But yeah, that's the only hand I've seen, the Charlie Carell and Patrick Antonius one on the near the bubble.
Thanks, Dylan. Unlucky, and good luck for the rest of the stream. That'll be us. Final day tomorrow, mate. Final day. Goliath 2019.
So Lee in the cut-off here, going to open to 225. And Aaron got a really nice free bet spot here. Really like to see a free bet from Aaron. He's just going to free bet rip. Yeah, this is fine. 15 bigs. Glad to see this from Aaron. And Ben here now got an easy fold with a king queen. Like there's been an open and a rip. It'd be completely different if Aaron just open ripped the button. If it sold it to Aaron on the button and he open ripped the ace 10, we'd see Ben ISO with the king queen. But it's completely different now that Aaron's actually shoved over the open from Lee here. But Lee, once again, opting for a big open size, just under 3x. I always talk about this stage of the tournament and sizes you do want to come in for an open and just want to be clicking it. 160k is fine. Don't want to be bloating the pots when we're getting so close to big money. It's want to try and keep the variance as low as possible. Don't want to be... What are you laughing at?
Jim Marlowe says whoever had 22.42 in the next mission of Patrick Antonius sweepstake, please come to the cash area to collect your prize. Oh, good old Jim. He's been with us all week.
Yeah, he's a great guy as well, actually. I've had a few chats with him outside and inside the casino, and really top bloke. He's a great guy.
Brilliant. Loving it, man. Loving it.
Loving it like that. Liam here says, not long just got in from work. How many are left? How many get paid? Well, how many get paid? 922 were paid. And we're now down to 114. Everyone's locked up 800. And bear with me, I think it's £840. Let me just double check. Yeah, £840.
Yeah, a little bit less than that. I reckon we could be closer to single figures now.
Average stack now is around 2 million hunts on Twitch, so 2 million, which is just 25 big, so stack's really starting to shallow up now, and we're getting close to the big money as well. There's a lot of pressure on these guys as well. I can tell you that I'm probably more of the field than not won't have been in this situation before.
Hi guys, can't you tell Samantha to let me join the tournament next year? Why don't you bring Samantha along? It's a great festival. Fantastic casino at the Rico Arena. Come along, both of you. Book your hotel around Coventry, near the Rico Arena. Plenty of spaces available.
It's got Lee here, making it 175 with the pocket nines in the hijack. And Aaron coming in for a free bet off of a 20 big blind stack here. Now this is a strange one from Aaron, because if Aaron's got a hand here like Ace King off of like 20 bigs, he's just going to rip. If he's got a pair, he's just going to rip. If he's got Ace Queen, he's going to rip. If he's got Ace Jack, King Jack suited, King Queen, he's probably going to rip. So when he comes in for a free bet off of this stack size, like, it just makes his range like bluffs and like nutted hands a lot of the time. So like the aces, kings, queens, and then just bluffs here for Aaron. So Lee, if I'm Lee, I'm probably just going to 4-bet rip here, because a lot of the time Aaron's just going to have a bluff or aces or kings. Like, off of 20 bigs here, are we really not shoving hands like ace king? Are we going to come in for a free bet? I don't think so. So it's... Oh, he snap called, so it has to be aces or kings. There we go, that's all he can have. When he free bets that size, it's only aces, kings, or a bluff. And I'd be very surprised if it's anything different. Like I said, 20 bigs there, ace king, he's going to shove. Any pair, he's going to shove. So as soon as he free bets here, he just defines his range so much to aces, kings, and bluffs. And there we go. There's the aces of Aaron.
Boom. Well done, young man. Again. Didn't expect anything less. Do the aces stay in front though? No, they don't.
No, 9-ball, corner pocket.
They don't.
Oh, this is a grim one, because this is a huge pot. You don't want to bust the tournament in this fashion with aces where you actually got the player covered here. But this is going to be a huge pot for the 9s elite.
Wow, and the Jack of Diamonds means a big double up for the 9s. Back up to 1.7 mil.
Oh,
and
Aaron is out.
Is out on the door.
So aces
very unlucky
busted.
for the local lad.
What a way to bust the Goliath. Get it in with aces.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, well, that's going to be a long drive home wherever he's driving to. It's not nice running this deep in the tournament and getting busted by aces. But I like the jams there. I like the jam there from Lee with 9s, because like his range there is aces, kings, and bluffs. That's all it is. Like, he's got 12 combos. He's got obviously 6 combos of aces, 6 combos of kings. That's it, and then bluffs as well.
Amazing.
Haha, cheater, yeah. Nice call, Jay. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. Cheater. Lee running super pure, says Punty Mystic Ball. How's the boxing dude doing? David Hay is still in the field. He's dropped a few chicks. He's got around 3.5 million now, but still in the field this stage of the day.
3 minutes to go of this level.
Yeah, seeing HPTL, like if you've watched the stream before, we try and look at hands from like a non-hole card perspective, and I really like the shove there from Lee with 9s. I think it's a good shove, because obviously Aaron is capable of 3-bet bluffing there, so I think it's a really good shove with the 9s. It's just unfortunate we ran into the top end of his range there. It's just one of them things. Plays fine, it's just unfortunate for us. Sam, good evening Sam in the chat. Evening chaps, good to hear we are still going. Congrats on the Tower treble as well, Phil. Time to retire after a winner had a cheeky tenner on it.
Good man.
It's alright for some, Sam. I'm still steaming about that. I'm happy for Tower and everyone obviously that was on it, but the one I don't do, it's always the way, ain't it? Always the way. For this season I'm not doing Towers treble. That cost me a fortune last year, and then boom, first one of the season, gets it up.
In we go. Could have been a 4-timer if it had stuck Rotherham United in it. Told everybody Rotherham wouldn't lose this week. And then I was speaking to, I don't know if it was Sam I was speaking to, about Queen's Park Rangers, saying that they were going to have a good season with Mark Warburton, and they managed a 4-1. Well, they were 4-1 today at Stoke, and they went on and won.
So Matt going to open in the cut-off here, makes it 205k, and it's raise and take.
Top says his last year's winner still in, Florian Duta. No, he's just been eliminated about half an hour ago.
There's no way blinds are 30k, 60k, guys. We came back at 30k, 60k at 9:30, so I think we actually could be at 50k, 100k now. Graphic error there. Liam says, do you think that David has learnt a lot since he started, or has he been quite lucky? Well, he's obviously learnt a lot, Liam, because he didn't know the difference between a club and a spade when he first started. He's obviously came such a long way. But the thing is, a year is such a short space of time in terms of poker, like knowledge and everything. This game takes years and years to understand everything, strategy, and you still learn every day, no matter how good you are. Even the best in the world, they're still learning every day. They're still running sims to try and find out better ways to pick up money, find better spots in hands. Like, you always need to be improving in this game. He's definitely improved so much, David, but he's also still got a lot to learn. He has ran on the upper side of variance this tournament from what I have seen. But everyone gets heaters, everyone has run bad patches, and he's just happened to have his in this tournament from the looks of things, and potentially could see him on day 3. Yeah, Matt in seat 7 here, opening to 225k, so Matt doesn't look like a kind of guy that's going to be opening weird sizes, so I'm guessing blinds are 50k, 100k now. Next hand, they're 50k, 100k. Okay, great. So we're playing 40k.
Unfortunately, we're just been a full level behind, that's all.
Raise 450.
So Matt here with Ace King. He's coming in for a raise. Really nice play there from Matt. Took it down with Ace King. Applied some pressure. Alan says, miss you guys. Don't worry, Alan, we will be in Leeds in September for the £100,000 guaranteed GUKPT. We will be back in around 6 weeks' time, and don't forget, we're still here tomorrow. You've got us till 2 in the morning tonight, and then tomorrow is the big day, the one that I'm sure you're all going to be tuned in for. Probably all going to have a little flutter as well on the old sportsbook on Grosvenor. I'm sure it will up the entertainment for yourself if you've got a horse in the field that you got some money on.
Florian Duta is out, Sam. Florian is out. About half an hour ago we heard the news. Another deep run.
Punty Mystic Ball says, I don't think there are many who wouldn't like Hay to go super deep this year. Great exposure for the game and the event in general. Grow the game. Yeah, it'll be so good if he can make day 3, Punty. We're all rooting for him here. Be really, really good if he can somehow find a bag at the end of today.
Florian Duta finished 132nd, 775.
James Hastings was going to play this year, but apparently it's my wedding anniversary tomorrow. Well, James, I'm sure if you played this year and you made day 3 and playing for 118k, the missus would probably be alright with that. It's It's win-win, really, isn't it? You either don't make day 3 and get your anniversary, or you make day 3 and you're back playing for 118k with around 50 players left.
We're down to 90. Guess what?
90?
They've all looked up £1,010.
Wow. So everyone locked up £1,010. Who? Any notables that have busted in the last half hour, Tower?
Let's have a look. Jonathan Bithell has been knocked out. Carl Guinness, who was on our feature table, has been knocked out. Vamshi Van Danapu, 102nd.
So Vamshi's out.
So Vamshi's out.
So
Florian's out.
So we're not going to have a 2-time Goliath champion.
No.
It's not going to happen this year. Elliot busted today, Vamshi busted today, and Florian.
Rich
is
Kelly,
also busted.
109th.
Yeah, Kelly busted about an hour ago. Flicked it straight into the high roller. He did.
He did. Can I use this? Can I use this ticket to buy into the high roller? Yes. Well, can I please?
Yeah, Ben's got an easy shove here. AD should be shoving pocket 6s here in the cut-off off of 11 bigs. It's a pretty standard shove for us here as AD, but we have seen him pretty much limp his entire continue range pre-flop. So he's going to continue with that strategy. It's got him this far, so he's going to continue with that strategy. And Ben's got the easiest shove of his life here. This is a dream for us with ace-king suited here in the big. And there it is. There's the all-in. And both players are going to have to get out of the way. I can't see AD calling here.
No. 1.1 million to call. Blinds have just gone up. He's got 11 bigs. He's got 11 bigs.
The way AD's been playing here, I don't think he's going to call here Tower with the 6s. Seems like he's really trying to preserve his stack and find a good spot for himself to get all the money in. So I can't see AD flicking it in with the 6s here. I'd be very surprised if he did. For 11 bigs.
Does he think I've got 11 big blinds, or does he think I've got 1.1 million chips?
I think he thinks I've got 1.1 million chips. The thing is, he should have just shoved when it's folded to him in the cut-off. That's the way to play this hand. But the way we've seen AD play on this table, I think he's going to fold here, Tower. Could be wrong. Been wrong before, will be wrong again, but just can't see him calling. Darko says the game is genuinely at one of the best points I've ever been, to be fair. Second biggest WSOP ever. Triton putting on one of the best tourneys ever. Huge waves in poker right now. AD in the tank. What do you think he's going to do, guys? He's folded. He is folded. An easy fold for James for Queen 8 now. Richard Stocks, good to see all the pros getting knocked out. Fun play up for.
I would imagine if you were ahead you would have called. I would have thought. What do you think I had? Well, when you just said, but just because you said that, I'm going to say fucking right. But I want to know the score. What do you think I had? Sevens or ace queen.
So the blinds are 50, 100,000.
Sam says, I completely agree. Be so good for poker if Hay makes day 3. One of the study group on table 9 still in. Munchie, everything crossed for him.
Everything. Fingers and toes and eyes and everything. Aye.
So Alex here getting in his last 5 big blinds, just under 6 bigs with ace 8. This is fine, under the gun +1. Want to be moving in lighter as well with the big blind ante. It does mean we have to shove a little wider from early position because of big blind ante in play. Nolang says, why is the YouTube stream down?
Ace 8, it isn't.
Ace 8, it isn't. So
just trying to refresh it, just type in the chat box.
Yeah, give it a little refresh.
Maybe you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Well, tell him then.
Well, he can hear me. He's on Twitch. He's not watching on YouTube.
No, the YouTube is up. We're looking at it right now. Ace 8 against Queen 5. Alex is all in with ace-8. And he gets a caller. Matt in seat 7 calls with the queen-5. YouTube is definitely on.
Yeah, YouTube's definitely on. So Matt here flicking in what is this is fine from Matt. I know you're probably thinking, wow, he's putting 500,000 chips here with queen 5, but it's only 5 big blinds. We've already got 1 big blind invested, so we're gonna flick in the call here, Matt, for another 470k, and that is a great flop for the ace-8. We've got the queen 5 drawing almost dead now, drawing to run in Broadway or run in 2-pair or trips. And that is dead on the turn, so the ace-8 will double up back to 1.3 million, right back in this.
Hello. Yeah, it's part 4. Nice one, Sam. YouTube stream needs to select part 4 and not, because part 3 has expired.
Have the dates for next year's Goliath been announced? Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Aquatic Funk on Twitch.
You don't refresh the page on YouTube, you click on the GKPT sign. I learned that.
Yeah. Dates for next year are the 29th to the 9th of August, I believe.
Shall we stick him in his diary?
Stick him in your diary, get it
Shall we
booked,
stick him
get
in his
yourself
diary?
down. There's going to be an even bigger prize pool expected next year, 930k for £125 this year.
Nice one, no thanks, got it. Yeah, well, I just refreshed the page and it kept going back to the old stream.
Yes.
And then PK says to me, Nanny, click on that UKPT sign and away we go. That's exactly what we're doing.
I don't think it makes a difference, Liam. Like, AD just seems like the type of player that plays poker for fun, really enjoys himself at the table, and I think it's irrelevant whether he's closing the action or not there. If he's got a hand he wants to go with, he's going to go with it, and I think that's his thought process in most hands. Sam said YouTube stream needs to be select part 4 as part 3 has expired. Alan, what's the buy-in in Leeds? It's a £560 at a GUKPT. It's 100 grand guaranteed. All details for that and schedule are on the website gukpt.com, and we got an all in here again because Richard's not folding with jacks here.
Absolutely not.
And Alex,
the triangle's already in.
Yeah, Alex shoving his last 13 bigs here with ace king. Richard going to call with the jacks for his tournament.
It's on you. Yeah, they've gone out of the way. James will look down and get out of the way. All folding in turn. So we're going to be heads up. Alex has Richard covered, but Richard is in front pre-flop.
What do you want, Tower? Ace king or jacks?
Jacks.
Alright, I have the ace king pound.
Yeah.
Alright, friendly pound. Friendly pound. I'll never win these flips. So, the jacks at risk. Not at risk anymore.
Get your money out, Paul.
Well, we got 2 backdoor straight draws
Get
here.
your money out.
It's hard to have a backdoor Broadway and backdoor
your
Will.
money
Hold on,
out.
we got 2 backdoors.
Get your money out. Oh. Why would you never pick the best hand? You know?
I like to.
You know when?
I gave you first pick, Tower. That's what.
You know when somebody says to you, "What's your best hand pre-flop?" and if you don't say aces, then you're fibbing.
Yeah.
If you don't pick the all-in that's in front, then you're behind.
Yeah, it's for £1. It's for £1. We're just having a little friendly bet.
It's real. Oh, talking about pounds.
Yeah.
Dave owes you £1. Why? Because I bet Jay the over's on 11.80 and I bet you the under's on 11.80, which means you owe me £1 and he owes you £1. So you owe him £1.
Tower edging his
Boom!
bets.
Get your money out, sunshine.
Jay, I'll send you.
Yeah. Bank transfer, please, Dave.
Get your money out, son.
I'll send you my details, Dave.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Yeah, I got duped into saying 11.80. You got me in a. You got me in.
I think you said 1,050 and I went out and overs, you went, we'll week at 11.80.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm not even going to read that sound. That's a bit of a tongue twister. He who owes you, who owes her, who owes him, who owes everyone, who owes nobody a pound.
That was nearly that.
Correct.
Jim says, write him a cheque, Dave.
We'll be collecting my winnings.
Yep.
Tom's still got pound notes in his wallet.
Sal's still got his communion money.
Expect it by tomorrow, Dave. Don't want a debt collectors knocking on the door up in Scotland, round the roundabout.
They'll be coming round the roundabout.
Roundabout.
Felt like the first 10 fivers ever made. He still gets 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in his wallet.
Did you say that, Booby? Of course you did. Who else would say that? Poor Tower.
Poor Tower.
See, we're detracting from him not paying you. That's what it's all. That's what he does. It's deflection.
Alan Starkey. How did the Acker go,
Da,
Tower?
da, 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 da.
I'm the worst player in
Da,
history.
da,
I
da,
know.
da, da, da.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, yeah. Like when it says like Pt.4. I suppose as big as the menu is at top, Goliath remains to be like a big friend of cheap buyer. Says on there about 3.8. Says on there then I've got 3.8. I mean there's obviously tens in the pool, but we tend to start with nothing here like What on? 80, isn't it? Yeah. It's 100. No, I'm making my big oh yeah! It's best card in the deck, baby. Gone, baby, gone. That was my hand, that was. Yeah, sorry. Just skip me now, so it's more mine.
500 dealers, please restart it.
It's looking on the TV screen, it says 3.8.
They always
Yeah, I know.
All players on the alternate list in the high roller, please make your way to the alternate list. That's all alternates. Please make your way to the alternate list. Thank you.
It's 100 now, yeah? Sorry guys. Oh, did I put too much? Yeah, you put 80. That's 225.
Another red chip.
This is a race. Your big lines is 25,000 shots.
Alright, so I only put another 25 in.
Now you're on.
Now you're on 100.
Now I have to go forward. No, the age is 135,000.
Sorry about that, guys. We had a little big interruption, but we're back now. We are on, heading towards the break. We are heading towards the break. We were down to 89 the last time we saw. Is Oliver Giroud dealing? Good shout. Good shout. Oliver Giroud is in the dealer's chair.
Olivier Giroud.
Very good.
Who said that?
We are back. Now there's quite a few people just came into the comms area, so we just muted it for a minute, but we are now back live. If you're watching on YouTube, good evening. If you're watching on GKPT, the same, and also on Twitch.
Yeah.
If you're watching in black and white, the diamonds are red.
Who's chip leader and what's the average stack? Average stack, sir, just over 2 million, and the chip leader last we heard was Trevor Howard, 9 million chips, so he has got chunks.
I think we'll get a full chip count coming up soon, if not the top 3 from every table. What is it, about 10 or 11 tables left? Yeah, 10 or 11 tables left, 89 left, so at the last count we saw, you guys updated, we don't check the... I suppose we could check the, let's have a quick look at the app. The app is fantastic information regarding everything, regarding saying 592 runners in the high roller. 592.
People have got too much money.
Last year there was 220.
Where's all this money coming from? Like, I have no idea how we got that turnout in the high roller.
People now saving up to come to the Goliath. That's what they're doing. Johnny Vegas like scene one. We've got David Beckham's hairdresser in seat 2.
Just so I know what's going on. Really slow with it, look at the hand.
Looks like Geffen has the decision here. He's got an easy jam here with pocket queens and 14 bigs.
We have 70 players left.
And Alex is in with 5s, and Adi going to get out of the way with 10-9. And unless Lee wakes up with a hand in the big.
Which is, no, the 10-9 has gone. No, that'll not do it.
So we're going all in. It's going to be 5s for Alex at risk. Going to need to find a 5. Quick one from Rob McConnell. How's David Hay doing? He's got around 6 million, and he's going well. There's around 85 players left around there. So we're down to, I think, 9 or 10 tables, and David Hay is still in the field. 9,300 started, whittled down to 1,053, and now we're into the last 85. So to the flop.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, 5 ball on the turn.
We drummed it in.
And the Queens are going to lose a 1.2 million pot.
That's enormous.
It's so grim when you get it in pair versus pair. You think you're home and dry when the flop doesn't bring a set for your opponent. But 5 on the turn. And Alex up to 1.2 million. And it's a pretty sick one for Geffen. But he's still got 10 bigs.
It's unfortunate it's called Get In. Gethin, very unfortunate with the queens against 5s. Alex gets that fortunate 5 on the turn, which is all the help we need at this stage of the game. Yeah.
No, Chili Pops, that's a graphic error there. I don't know why it's registered as the
that was
flop
really
card. The 5 was actually on the turn. It come Ace Jack Deuce. It's just a
5 on
graphic
the turn.
error there. 5 was on the turn.
Well, the only thing we can think of is the ace was rolled onto the turn and then spread like that. That's exactly what it is. That's a good shout as well. Matt Lucas in seat 6. There you go. I tell you what, it's like a TV table this. David Beckham's hairdresser on the left in seat 2. Yeah, worried about Gethin. He looks genuinely upset. Yeah, it's a tough one to take, isn't it? Queens against 5s. And the 5 on the turn.
Oh, we got some outside information here from Gary Del Boric. Has about 10 million chips. No confirmation on that, but assuming Gary is friends with one of the players left in the field and he's getting personal updates, letting us know about that. Vicky says, is David still in and wants his chip stack? David is still in and he has around 6 million chips. So we have around 20 minutes left of this session, guys. Then we will head out on the final 20-minute break of the day, and then we will be back for the final 2 hours. Be finishing up in here around 2 in the morning. So it is going to be a late one tonight, so get the coffees on the go.
Around about, what, 15 minutes left of this level?
Yeah, I'd say just over.
Just over 15 minutes, and then a breather of 20 minutes, and then one final session.
So what AD has actually done from limping the queens here, he's actually protected himself a bit. I think Ben would have shoved the A7 here if he hadn't seen the hand when AD had the pocket queens. And AD here flopping top pair, and Ben's got the nut flush draw. This is going to end up in the middle. I'd be very surprised if it didn't. We've got AD with
8 bigs.
Yeah, under 8 big blinds here. So this is probably going to go bet, jam, call, and then we're off to the races. You can see this is a complete coin flip here.
It's bang on 50-50.
Wow, has AD checked behind? AD has checked behind. Hasn't came in for a bet here with his top pair. And Matt now might apply the pressure and might come in for a lead. The good thing about our hand here, we have the ace of diamonds, so the times that we are called, and we still have equity to get there, but Matt needs to bear in mind the size he goes here, because if he goes too big, we have to call off AD's jam. But yeah, like this from Matt. Really like this. It's a really good size. 150, and AD has to call here with the Queen Jack. Not afraid to show his emotions at the table.
I think he might be afraid of this king. It's Ben who's in the pot. Go on then, Ben. Has he announced a call? He has called it.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying Matt. It's Ben. So I don't know where I got Matt from.
The 6 of clubs on the river.
So AD showed his emotional on the turn here, so I'm jamming 100% of the time here as Ben. AD, like, when he just has to jam here, Ben. When AD takes that long on the turn and really shows emotion that he's uncomfortable and doesn't like the spot, this 6 on the river just doesn't change a thing. So AD's not going to improve his hand on this particular river card. So really like this move from Ben, applying maximum pressure onto AD here, and AD in a spot here for his tournament life. I'm not sure what he's going to do here, guys. This guy's been pretty hard to read. What plays he's going to make, whether he's going to call or fold here, I'm really not sure. Personally, I probably think he's going to let this one go.
So this is just an unfortunate position we've got ourselves in for Adi. Arms in the air, what do I do?
Yeah, I like this hand should just get in on the flop. I can't believe it hasn't gone in on the flop off of 8 big blinds. It's just pretty mad. AD should have shoved the Queen Jack off of his stack. He had 8 bigs folded to us in the cut-off. It's just a dream to look down at Queen Jack suited when you've got 8 bigs and folded to you in the cut-off. Just want to be moving all in. And then if we do happen to get to the flop, once again, it should just get in with these 2 hands. So I don't even know how we've even got to the river here. Like we in a normal standard hand here, we're never ever getting to the river without all the money in the middle before.
What to do, he says. What to do? Now he's standing up.
And then we know AD is a guy that just enjoys, and like enjoys his poker and just doesn't. I think he might be a bit of a feel player, like just goes on feel. But the thing is, what he needs to understand is, once we call turn, like this river card doesn't actually change anything. Like we need to make these decisions on the turn. When we call turn, already in our head, we should know what river cards we're going to be calling an all in on. And it's important always thinking streets ahead as a poker player, a bit like a chess game. Just always be thinking streets ahead, what you're going to do.
He's putting himself through the mill, and just like Jay said, it should have been all in on the flop, and we would have doubled up.
It should have been all in pre-flop tower. He had 8 bigs folded to him in the cut-off. Queen Jack suited is a dream to look down at. When we got 8 big blinds, AD just came in for the limp, and then Ben checked his option. Ben would usually jam this hand, but a few orbits ago, AD limped queens from the exact same position. So Ben is aware that he can limp pretty strong hands. So that's why Ben elected to check his option. But on this flop, AD just needs to fire. And Ben's going to move all in. We call and shows the
queen. Should never fold, never show. But anyway, he's an amateur. We're all amateurs. He openly admits he plays it because he's turned into a poker junkie and he just loves the buzz of it all. But never open fold.
HW Poker called it. He said he's going to fold face up.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, this is all you see too.
I know you're doing this, right? But I'm giving the pros all time.
Can you find us on Facebook on Grosvenor Poker and on Twitter at Grosvenor Poker? And if you did, you'd have known that the Towers Treble came up today.
Yeah, find that on Twitter. You can find all your live stream coverage, YouTube/GUKPT. And twitch.tv/GUKPT. And if you are watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button so you do get notified every time that we do go live.
I think what you've also got to realise is that there's no way that Adi sat there thinking I've got 6 big blinds.
Yeah,
he's looking down at his stack and thinking I've got 630,000 chips, and that's the difference. Yep. And he's got down to the final 80 of Goliath.
We got an all in here from James with the pocket 10s on the button 8 big blinds. This is a standard rip from him. And Matt's got an easy fold in the big blind with Jack 9 here. I'm going to let this one go. Pokey Poker, hey Busto, no, David Hay's still in with around 80 players left. 80 players left, and David Hay is still in the field with 6 million. Yeah, Luke, I hear what you're saying, but like some people just play this game for fun. They're not fussed about learning strategy. They're not fussed about game theory. They're just happy to sit at the table. And when they run like this, and I'm assuming AD has run on the upper side of variance to get this far, it's so good for him. Like, look at him, he's enjoying himself, he's having a great time, and that's how poker should be. I know, like, we haven't seen the best of plays from him at the table, but he hasn't stopped smiling and shouting. He's very animated in himself, and it's good to see. And that's what this tournament's all about. It gives someone like AD a chance to potentially run deep in the biggest tournament outside of Vegas. It's really good for him, and he has had a great run so far. I know he's had some dubious plays, but it's been a good watch as well. So Lee here, ace queen suited, going to open in the hijack ace queen to 250. Just need to click it here as Lee. As I say, we want to extract value from opponents. Like, as soon as we start going like 2.5x even at this stage of the tournament's even a bit too big. It's fine to just click it to 200. Because with a hand, especially with a hand like ace queen, I know we can see Geffen wouldn't have defended against any size there, but if Geffen's got like 9-8 off there, he's probably going to fold. But to a min click, he's probably going to call. So we're actually getting value from a worse hand a lot of the time when we just min click it. Want the big blind to defend wide. Want to start getting value from our hand pre-flop. Some people can just turn up and play and get lucky on the rare occasion, like most of the Rotherham squad or Towers treble.
That must be Brad.
No, well, Brad.
That's got a bit. What?
That was the imposter in the chat box. Alan Starkey said maybe he's still in because he's so unconventional and nobody can read him, including himself. John Perkins says my hat goes off to the pros who have taught David in a year how to play poker as he had never played before. I never thought he would make day 2. I never thought he'd make the last 100. Like, it's incredible, John, what David Hay's actually doing.
The bells just sounded.
Average stack, Pokey Poker. I will get that for you shortly. So average stack is 2.7 million.
Very good.
2.7 million is the average stack. Trevor Howard, one of the chip leaders, around 9 million chips. And there was someone that posted in the chat. We didn't actually get confirmation that someone was sitting out there on 10 million chips. When we come back after the break, obviously, we will know. You made a really good cup of coffee, by the way.
Thank you.
A lot better than Tower.
Yeah. Wow. You do realise that Mundeep's only here for one day out of the year. You know, the next GUKPT in Leeds.
Yeah.
So we're going to be back just after 11:50 with more of the same.
Yeah, that's a great point. GC Popper on Twitch. Everyone pays the same amount and can play however they want. And I completely agree. Teller Jones, yes, this is live. This is the 3rd of August 2019. It is 11:30 and this is day 2 of the Goliath main event. £118,000 going to the eventual winner at some point tomorrow. We're live until around 2 in the morning tonight. We will be back tomorrow from 11:30 from the final day.
We're here until 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's we're on a 30-minute delay.
Yeah. PK is going to be here till 3, doing the chip counts and the scene draw. And then back in at 10.
Poker Pete says from 99k to run it up to 6 mil today. Incredible whale, well played, David Hay. Poker Osborne asks how many are they playing down to tonight. We are playing 16 levels today.
Yeah, so another 3 levels after this break.
Yeah, this is level 29. So when we come back, we're going to have 3 levels of 40 minutes. So the last session will be after the break,
yeah,
which will occur in a couple of minutes' time. And Lee here, once again, opting for this big open size.
So the clock's striking down. This will be the last hand of the session, which means we're back at 11:50 with the final session.
I'm going to post the playouts on Twitch for everyone for the final table, those that are interested. Teller says, can I see a list of who is still in the game? What I'll do for you, Teller, I'll post the blog link on in the Twitch chat, and all updates in the field are posted on the blog. Obviously, we cover the feature table. We do have a blogger
9
running
big
around
blinds,
the room.
ace, deuce, folds. Gets out of the way. See you back in 20.
25 is old.
I know it's 6. You can start with that one.
Yeah, just, what do you mean?
Jonathan.
Okay.
That's okay.
15 here.
The same places, yeah? Same as table 3. Okay, players, I need you to verify with me, please. Guys?
Guys, please, can you
Sorry.
verify with us?
2, 3, 4, 4 million, 5, 5, 7, 5, 9, and 6 million, yeah? And you get 6 mil in
5, 6.
yeah?
For the split second final call, all the players remaining for the last main event, please retake your seat. The program recommends in the second final.
Oh shit! Hello, mate.
You got to change my from your verified with the table as well?
No, not much. All right, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Guys, it's gonna be 60, 123, 120.
This bottle's empty, it's a lucky bottle. It's empty.
It's a very small table.
It's just a lucky bottle. I've had it from day one. Yeah. I mean, I was
Okay, this one could be. Okay.
Hey, he wants it. He wants me to be
So here we go, the final session. Colin Porter says, is there any way you can see who is left in?
I posted the blog in the Twitch chat.
The UKPT website, we'll click it on now.
Yeah, have a little look at the blog. That's all information on outer tables and what's going on in the field. We've got a new featured table coming up. In 1 is Winston Tran. In 2, David Stevenson. In 3, Susan Stevens. In 5 is Chris Bartlett. 6, Stefan Buzatu. 7, John Monsalve, and in 9 is Michael Bonnet. And wow, what a hand we got to start the session. David with aces under the gun, sits back down after his break, finds the boots, and Stefan's got 9s here. This is a gross spot for Stefan because he's only faced with a shove of what now is playing at 60, 120k. So this shove's only actually 7.5 bigs here. And David, with all the chips, doesn't necessarily have to have a hand opening under the gun here. So this is a really gross spot for Stefan.
Has the TV confused that they think it's David Hay they've given the
wow.
answers to?
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good fold. Lets it go. And it looks like Susan, first hand, could be on her way out the door.
The bobbies. Can she find another bobby?
The bobbies.
Bobbies.
Gregory, you can't watch David Hay's table. This is the featured. We only have one featured.
Why are they the bobbies?
Because there's a very nice poker player that plays in London and Luton that calls them the bobbies, and it's his favourite hand. He plays anything with a bobby in it.
Oh, right, okay.
What's a bobby, Joe?
A jack.
You get people just making up names for hands nowadays. I've heard them called the granite.
The granite?
Yeah, granite jacka.
No, don't know what that is.
Isn't it Pharaoh jacka?
Yeah.
Jokes, that's what you call them. Jokes.
So,
that's just straight.
We're
drawing to a chop.
Ace or a 6.
No way did that just happen. Straight on the board. Susan's tournament still alive.
Chop it up.
Oh wow, did that just happen? I was ready to say we lose Susan, and the 6 just rolls off on the river. Wow, wow, wow. Seen it all today.
70 players left.
John says, gonna miss you both commentating when it's over, but I'll be playing the Built in Blackpool later on in the year.
Awesome. Nice one, John.
There's 2 ladies left in shoot. We've got Susan on this table, and I believe there's a lady that I saw on one of the outer tables, so unaware of her name, but pretty sure there's 2 ladies left in the field. But if Susan goes on to final table this after that, she will look back at that hand.
$10 million chips for Chris in seat 6.
Gregory, it starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the hall, but on live stream we will go live at 11:30. And Chaz asks, who have you 2 got for the win? I don't know, Chaz, because there's no one in the field that I'm aware of, really. Like, there's no big names left in, I don't think. And this is the great thing about this tournament. It's we're down to, what I believe, around less than 80 players now.
Does it look like Chris Bartlett's got 10 mil? Doesn't to me.
Yeah, it's got 10 mil.
Those white ones are 250s. Yeah, it's got 10 mil.
The which ones?
The
250.
250.
White ones are 250s.
Yeah.
That's why it's confusing.
No chip in play.
No chip in play.
$250,000.
Beautiful. 10 million. The white chips are the new chips in play. 250,000 chip. The blinds are 60,000, 120,000.
Jay, that seating plan's up in the blog.
Lovely. So Dave's just posted the seating plan of who's left and where they're set up on the blog, so if you want to go and have a look at that, I'll post it in the Twitch chat. For some reason it's not going into the GUKPT chat, so it might be on Tower to... So ace-9 for Susan here. She's all in for her last 7-8 bigs. And Winston makes the call on the button. Unaware of Winston's holding, but we will be aware of it very shortly.
We've got a player. Oh, here's king. It's a king.
So we're basically drawing to a chop, and looks like Susan needs to chop it up with a same straight again. Looks like she's going to be out the door. Oh, it's a queen on the river. What on earth is going on for the lady in seat 3? Wow, wow, wow.
Up, baby.
River, the chop, 2 hands in the space of 4 hands. Wow, if she actually makes a deep run in this now. God. Wow, wow, wow.
2 chops in 3 hands.
Like the Terminator, can't get rid, says Vincent on Twitch.
Awesome. Twice.
Chaz says, Jay, what's the lowest comp you play? 25. Yeah, I will flick in the deep stack and Luton usually. I don't really play comps. If I'm available the weekend that Luton's my closest G casino, if there's a 25 running or a deep stack running and I'm available at that time, I will flick it in usually. And I play my cash games sort of North London area, Hertfordshire, Cambridge. Wow, wow, wow. Open the book now, Susan's going to win it. The poker gods are looking after her, says Liam. They sure are. The 6 is for Jonathan. He's got the old Mickey Black under the gun +2. And David here on the button with ace-9. You see either 3-bet or fold here. If we think Jonathan can open light under the gun +2 and we want to continue with this hand, it's so much better to come in with a 3-bet than it is for a flat. So David here would like to see a 3-bet. It would be a good move at this stage of the tournament as well. And the thing is, if like I said, no notables left in the field, but if there was like a notable good pro that was in the field, like I think they'd be taking spots like that because people are just going to be tightening up so much. This sort of money, a lot of the players left in wouldn't have played for before or been this deep in a tournament of this magnitude. So it really is a good time to really put your foot down and up the gears and start applying lots of pressure, especially against them like 20 big blind stacks, because they think they're quite comfortable because there's so many short stacks in the room. So a lot of the time we are going to have plenty of fold equity against an open, against those stack sizes. Obviously some of the time they will have it, they will have near the top of their range and 4-bet, but we can then just let go. But really would like to see someone put their foot down and maybe up the gears here and really propel themselves to a nice chip stack.
JW Poker says, Rich Keller out? Yes, he is. I think it was jacks against kings against ace queen on a 8-9-10 flop. He had the jacks and he went out, I do believe. If that wasn't the bust out hand, then I think it was very short time afterwards. Is Florian still in? No, eliminated in 130th, I do believe. Florian Duter.
Cheater Kings, Jay, what stakes you play on cash? I play different stakes. I play a 50p1-4 game, 4 Mississippi straddle on the button, 1-2-10 game, 10 Mississippi straddle on the button, and I play a DC game from time to time as well. I do like my mixed games, really a lover of mixed games. Prefer playing mixed games a lot of the time to Hold'em, but sometimes it's hard to get a specific game that I want to play in. Is that Frankie Boyle dealing, says Orion Pierce.
We do have some lookalikes, don't we?
Yeah.
Frankie, that's a good shout, actually.
Any short deck? No, actually, I've played a bit of short deck, like with a few of my friends that I play cash with. Like we sometimes had actually we were playing four-handed short deck, and I won quite a chunky pot, even though we were just mucking about. Pocket sevens against kings. Somehow the flop comes king 7-7. What a life! And yeah, but I've dabbled in short deck. I've had a little read on strategy and whatnot, but don't really play it that much. Chris representing Team Mushroom says Victoria in the chat. That's Chris Bartlett in seat 6. Oh, that's Chris. That's Chris that was on our tag team table the other day. Tower. He was the one giving us stick.
No way.
He was giving me stick.
Really?
Every pot I won, he was going, fix.
Wow.
I remember Chris now. He was all in good spirit. He weren't actually... he was doing it jokingly, but we had a good laugh, good atmosphere on the table. Yeah, Teller, you're spot on. 67 left now. People are dropping like flies. Like I said, stacks are shallowing, so it's going to go that way. We're going to get plenty of bust out. 67 players remaining in the field. Everyone has locked up £1,340.
Whoop, whoop.
We are down to 9 tables.
Nice one, John. John Garside went out 150 seconds. Well done, buddy.
Teabagging says Jay Harwood in seat 7. Nah, he's a lot better looking than me.
Session. Is David A still in? Yes, he is. He's on the outer table. He's on table number 1.
Mark Lodge says, I haven't heard AD scream for a while. Is he still in? Yeah, he's still in. Twin Luck says, just home. Thanks for the best week, guys. The staff and dealers have been brilliant. It was great to see you, Neil. Really, really well done on cashing the Goliath yet again. And thanks as well for the mugs. They have been used a lot already.
How much do you get for 40th place?
40th place is...
Yep.
Bear with me. 40th place, you'd be getting £2,085.
GAW Poker cashed in 2015 in 40th for 5,500. That's the difference. That's the difference. Did you read the names out?
Yeah.
How did you get on with seats 7 and 8?
Got alright.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you read the full seat 7 out?
Well, I called him Steph.
Oh, right. Oh, right, okay. Would you like to actually have a try pronunciation of the actual name of seat 7?
Yeah, it's...
Who looks a bit like J. Howard?
Stefan Itakakal.
Say again?
Stefan Itakatalin. Stefan Itakatalin. There we go. Stefan Itakatalin. There we go. Okay. So in 7 we have Stefan Itakatalin Bazatu.
Okay.
Is that right?
Very good pronunciation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we do white tea, please?
White tea.
Wow, you nearly done it again then. She nearly done it again.
No,
She
I
went,
didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Thank you.
Same for me again, please.
White, same again.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
No sugar in my white tea this time, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, bless. Mum Deep's all on her own now.
Yeah, she looks after us.
Yeah, everybody else is gone. Can we get David here back on the feature? Don't find watching Chris from Wigan as interesting. Bless. Chris from Wigan's one of the chip leaders.
Yeah, poor Chris.
Chris has got 10 mil. He is chip leader. Stefan Catalina. We'll stick to that, Mooty. Thank you very much. Stefan Catalina. That'll do for us.
Her twice named Susan wins the next double, she wins the tournament.
Well, we've had 2 chops, which you don't see very often in a full day, never mind in 3 hands. All in pre. Twice. Bumpity bump bump bump. Yeah, it has certainly grown.
So 6 of spades rolling off on the turn. I don't know where David's holding here. Strange, it's not been picked up. Cards are in the box. Now David comes in for a check here. I don't actually mind a small bet from Chris here. Just to deny equity to hands like overcards here, like the ace jacks, the king jacks, all the broadways, and then we can just check back river comfortably on any river card. We just get the betting lead here, so we expect David to play and flow versus us on the river. Maybe we can go a pinch bigger. We could even go a pinch smaller with this size, but 500k into 1.4, it's just over third pot, so this is fine. And David,
You chip leader.
We've got it. So we make the call with 500k.
Right, so now alarm bells are going to be going off. I think Chris will realise he's just not going to have the bet. Whoa! Any boats about?
Any boats about?
4 on the river.
Wowzers.
And I said about denying equity to overcards, and you do expect all the like ace jack, king jack hands to fold. So now once David actually calls this turn bet, like his range here is like flush draws, spade flush draws. It'll have 7s and 8s in there as well. It will have some traps that we will lose in 2 that we are now in front of, but thinking about size to come in for Chris, I'm not the biggest fan of going large here. I'm fine just making it around 800k here. Really try and get a cry call from like 8-7s, some 9x that check back.
And the bet
check the turn.
On the river. It's pretty substantial.
Is it big? Yeah,
1.8 mil.
Yeah, this is too big. We need to be going much smaller here versus the range of hands that David looks like he has here. Like, I just think we're not getting calls from 7s, 8s, even 9x here versus this size. It's
the shirt's up over the neck.
I don't know where or what he has, so we don't know if he's going to call or not. I think like I just feel like he's got 8s or 7s here. I don't know why. I've just got a feel, but it really does feel like the way he's played this hand that he's got pocket 8s or pocket 7s. And the thing is, the problem we got here at David, if we have got a hand like 8s or 7s here, is we don't expect Chris to ever go this size with a 9. He's not coming in for this size with a 9. So basically he's repping trips or better here. So it's a really tough spot if David does have like 8s or 7s here. It just really looks like that's the hand he has. Like, you just don't expect Chris to come in with this size of 9x, so he's repping trips plus. Like, you can have 7-8 suited here, pocket 6s, some ace 5 suited,
makes the
and
call.
makes the call.
And he sees the rivered full house, and he's, oh my word, and we're never going to find out because they just slid into the muck. We river a full house, and the trips does make a lot of sense, but our chip leader has just got himself more chips in the pot.
Alright lads, just to make you aware.
Wow. Have you reported it, Ricky? I hope you have. Just to let you aware, you had car burst into some scum, had 2 windows smashed in the car park at the rear entrance.
Yeah, Rick, have you reported it? I know there's plenty of security around the stadium, so obviously unfortunate to hear that, but
yeah, it is. We don't normally hear about anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's nice. It's just horrible news. Not nice at all, Ricky. Well done for your cash in the Goliath. Put a bit of a dampener on it.
Teller, to run you through the table again, as you have asked who is seated. In 1 we have Winston Tran, in 2 David Stevenson, in 3 is Susan Stevens, in 5 Jack Vill, in 6 Chris Bartlett, in 7 Steph Buzatu, in 8 Jonathan Monsalve, and in 9 Michael Burnett. That's Teddy in 9, ain't it? I've just realised, is that Teddy in 9? That is definitely Teddy from Luton. Is his real name Michael? Come on, Luton, people in the chat, let me know, because that is definitely Teddy. I've just realised we've got Teddy on the table.
So we've got Frankie Boyle dealing.
Thanks, Graham. Yeah, Teddy equals Michael. I've always called him Teddy, and I'm like, oh, they got the wrong name down here, but that makes a lot of sense.
And seat number 7, who's the J.R. Wood nearly lookalike, is Stefanita Catalina. There you go.
Stefanita Catalina.
So Stefan Buzatu.
Street Live says case 4 on the river as well, as someone folded king 4 off pre-flop.
So if he's called Michael
Burnett,
why is he called Teddy?
Yeah, I've just always known him for Teddy for years, and like
Chase took money off him for years, but doesn't realise that he's called Michael. So do we know why?
Why is seat 1 allowed his water bottle on the table? I was shouted at by the dealer for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's empty.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
What if how do you know it's empty?
Because I'm guessing, well, it has to be empty, right? That's the only way it can be on the table. It's probably just his Goliath free water bottle that he got, and he's might be using it as a car protector.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, not sure why.
No, and maybe the dealer's unaware that the water bottle shouldn't be on the table. If that was Ross, they'd be like, won't get that off the table.
No T. I live. He asked me if I live in Luton. I live about 50 minutes from Luton. Yeah, it's my closest G though.
Derek Borthwick is chip leader.
23.
with 23 million. Where's that come from, Derek?
He was wearing the Goliath, didn't he? He won that competition last year.
Excellent.
When
And it still fits after that 12 months as well.
23 mil.
23 mil, that's incredible.
Derek weren't lying when he said, Rodney, this time next year we'll be millionaires, was he? 23 mil, what a stack to have. Susan getting the jam through there with kings, king, queen opting to fold.
Where have you been?
Oh, you start.
So we ran out of hot water, so I had to go to the bar. They didn't give it to me, so I went to the kitchen. Then the kitchen didn't give it to me, so I went to the other bar. Then I came back, and then there was only a little bit of milk, so I was like, well, they're going to just have strong.
Thank you.
You are
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.
See, we got tea. There were no
You're
swearing,
itching to get
foul
back on there,
language,
aren't you?
cheating, kicking and thumping that time, was there? Oh no. Oh
I don't
no.
know what you're talking about, Tower.
Not at all. Hobnob, anybody?
This is so exciting.
No, I'm not going to get coffee.
Yeah, that did escalate very quickly, Sam. We don't know how the 23 million came about, but it did.
Is that the highest stat?
Yeah, 23 mil. It was like, it must have been a huge pot between two of the chip leaders. It's the only thing, must have just been a call up.
Well, 23 million's way wrong, actually. He's now 25.
Wow.
Just taking another person out, and 25 mil.
I swear, guys, every time you hear a lady's voice on the commentary that isn't Katie Swift, the chat box just goes mad. It's like,
who's that then?
Oh, Dane.
They've been here Monday about the tea.
Wait until they find out we do stream.
Can you not speak? My voice is going anyway.
Do you want 5 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, jumped at the chance. Get me in.
Jadine's coming in. Jadine's here, guys.
Do you want to knock? Hobnob.
Everyone's been asking,
No,
so.
My voice is like going.
Hobnob's help it.
Okay, fine.
They do.
I'll have a hobnob.
Hobnob's definitely out.
So we're going to see a jam here from Stefan. Should be jamming the pocket fives here off of this stack size. We're playing 13 bigs. We're under the gun +2. Should just be moving all in, but he's going to opt for a raise here. Makes it 501k, which is huge. Don't know how he's made it 501k without the chips in play. That's better. 510. And Adam with the queens here is going to move all in. And Stefan putting a third of his stack in with the fives. We should just be open shoving this. I'm like, I don't know why we're raising a third of our stack with fives. It's just a standard shove. And Adam now with the queens, and we just can't fold now. I know we can see he's only got 2 outs, but we've put a third of our stack in here. Like, are we really going to raise to 500k and leave ourselves with a mil? Wow, he is. He's just going to get out of the way with the fives and may save his tournament life, but should just be open jamming the fives there. I know we can see he was up against queens, but in the long term, got to be moving in there. How's your day been, Jadine?
Hi, my voice is gone.
It's gone. Your voice is gone. You haven't been talking for 9 days straight. Why's your voice gone?
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh,
Holding a cup of rosé in my hand.
What she means by rosé is Robinson's orange squash.
Yes.
Rosé and hobnobs. Classic that. Rosé and hobnobs.
So how many tables are left?
We have got 9 tables left now.
Okay, and 23.
Yeah, and 23 million's the chip lead.
Okay.
That's a great stack because
25.
25 million now. So he's got 100 big blinds coming back tomorrow. He's got a tenth of the chips in play.
When you say 100 big blinds, what does that actually mean?
So we'll come back to that in a second because we're going to have an all in here. Stefan moving in for 8 bigs here, and David's got an easy ISO with the ace jack. Here comes the ISO. There it is. All in for 3 mil. And both blinds are going to have to get out of the way here unless they wake up with the top of their range. So, Stefan with King Queen, tournament life at risk, gonna need to hit here. David with the best hand, Ace Jack. T says defo, not J in seat 7. Yeah, we're all in with the 5s there, and we are heading to the rail. So, picked up some extra outs here. So King or a Jack to stay alive. It's an 8, so we're going to lose one. King Queen of Stefan.
Oh no.
Stefan is out. Should have been out the hand before, because should have open shoved the 5s. Well, you never know. He might have got there. Might have actually got there on the flop if he actually made the right play. He might have actually even beaten the set. I know it would have only happened 1 in 5 times, but there we are. So what were we talking about? You was asking about the big blinds, weren't it? So the blinds go up in this tournament every 40 minutes. They increase, and the small blind and the big blind, they're forced bets.
Okay.
So everyone has to, when the button moves left, once a hand, the button moves to the next player left, and the left of the button is the small blind. 2 to the 2 left of the button is the big blind, and these are forced bets. And in terms of big blinds, so if the big blind, for example, now has 120k, if you've got 1.2 million chips, you've got 10 big blinds, because 120k divided by 1.2 million is 10.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so it's just how many bigs you got, and it's important to know how many big blinds you got, because once you get sort of sub 15 big blinds, you should only really be moving all in or folding.
Is that the same for cash games?
Well, cash games, if you're sitting with 15 big blinds in a cash game, I'm not sure what you're doing in it, but yeah, cash game's completely different, but it's thing. But in this tournament, we're seeing, understand why, because this is going to be huge for some of the players left in the field. Like, we're seeing people open off of 15 big blinds when they should just be shoving, so they're making mistakes.
Probably the nerves.
Yeah, of course it would be. Yeah, I understand exactly why they're making mistakes. Like, it's going to be nervous now. They're going to be starting kicking. They're getting so close to the money. And Adam opening here with the 10-9 suited on the button. Jack has an easy ship here with the Ace King and moves in for his 10 bigs, 1.2 mil. And Adam here, this is pretty close after we open button, 10-9 suited. So what, we got 9-4-5, getting just under 2 to 1 on our money. This probably a fold. It's close. It is actually quite close. It's a lot closer than it looks. I know he's only got 10 high, but this hand versus range, as long as we're not up against pair and our 2 cards are live, we're not going to be in bad shape a lot of the time. But the other problem we got is actually for 20% of the stack. So yeah, like the fold from Adam there on the button.
Yes. Is that David? Oh no, that's not David Hayes.
Yeah, David Hayes on the outer tables. I can't believe he's still in. I can't believe he's still in.
He's got 5 million.
5 million. So he's got a bit below average now. Then.
Yeah.
You're sitting top.
It's tough.
I bet you weren't expecting him to make it this far
No
though. Like,
way.
honestly,
his journey's been incredible.
I know.
Literally a year, and it's just proving that you can do whatever. You could be a beginner and be on day 2 of the biggest tournaments.
Mania, how many runners remaining? We're down to 8 tables now. So we've got around 60 players left. Everyone has locked up £1,460. Teller Jones has asked you, Jadine, to say hello to us Twitch viewers.
Hi Twitch viewers.
I can't believe you waved. They can't see you. She waved. Did she actually wave? She waved at the screen and no one can even see her. Oh, that's brilliant.
That is. Get a camera here.
Yeah, I know. We need a camera in here. Everyone says that, but oh, that's brilliant. That is. She actually gave it a massive wave.
That was class.
Ace 10 for Winston here. He's going to come in for an open under the gun +1. This is fine. And Chris, whatever Chris has got here, I like it. I really hope he's got a bluff here, because Chris with this stack can really start applying pressure this late in the day, and hopefully I'd like to see a bluff here. Obviously, he can have nutted hands in his range here, but Chris, being the chip leader, doesn't necessarily have to have a hand here out the small. Really can start applying pressure.
Do you recognise any of these poker players?
No, I don't. There's not a single player other than Teddy. I know Teddy. He's a reg in Luton,
Right,
but that's about. Honestly, faces. No one I really recognise.
Wow.
Everyone's waving back on Twitch. They've asked you to go out to the feature table, look at the camera and wave. Big Al's got David Hay to final table at 100 to 1. Well, it's not looking bad now. What's your cash out on that?
There's something if you're close to the final table.
So Winston gets out of the way. It's a nice play there from Chris, whatever he had. Needs to understand that he's in pole position here at the table. He's got 3x the stack of second in chips, so he can really start applying pressure this late in the day. Players are going to be overfolding. They're going to be playing tighter than they normally would, because making day 3 of this event is just huge. So be interesting to see if Chris continues to up the gears. Suspended Big Al, no cash out. And not that we know of, Norman. Before tomorrow starts, we will do a full hand and mob of the players that are left in for the viewers at home. So whoever we got on our feature table, we'll let you know about their biggest live cash and whatnot.
Whatnot? What's a whatnot? Oh, Jadine!
Hi, Tower.
What's happening?
Apart from waving to no camera.
Good on you. Good on you. Hey dear. So we are heading down to the end of the day. We have eliminated today over 1,000 players. Over 1,000 players. We started the day with 1,053 and we are now down to 47. Wow. Oh man.
Oh, Katie Swift's not in. She went out.
Oh yeah, well, quite yet. Katie Swift went out. Why she did cash.
Yeah.
Andy Hills played the side event. He didn't cash. Eddie Phelan cashed. Celebrity hairdresser. And David A is in with about 6 mil. That was the last count. The chip leader is Derek Borthwick on 25 million. Don't know where it came from. We just all of a sudden found this guy on 25 mil. It was like, whoa, where did they come from? Hey, Bobby.
How you doing, you alright?
Bobby James is in the building. You just woke up?
No, just bust the high roller.
Oh, man.
How long do you think there's left to play?
We have about, on the live stream, about an hour and 20 minutes. It's a late one. I thought they might have considered knocking either level 16 on the head or playing down to maybe 45 players or 36 players. Maybe 45 would have been a stop. Obviously we had 2 big interruptions for system failures. We have an all in the cup. We got 10 jack against ace jack. And the ace jack takes out Michael who was sat in seat. That's Teddy from Luton. Teddy from Luton eliminated to chip lead on the table. Chris Bartlett. Chris has got 15 mil and he has got 3 times anybody else on the table. So the stacks are pretty shallow apart from the actual chip leader on the table. So yeah, the live stream finishes around about 150. And our chip leader is Derek Borthwick with 25 mil. Where did they come from, Derek? That's what we want to know. If David A wins it, does he keep it all? Yes, he does. Don't know what the actual budget for buy-ins was regarding David Hay, and as part of his deal, no idea. It might have come out of his own pocket. Who knows? I don't know what the actual deal was. And that's something that's nobody's going to disclose to us. But if he's had 10 buy-ins and it comes out of his own pocket, then so be it.
He's had 5.
He had 6.
Oh, 6?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
6?
He had 4 on the first day and then 1 and 1.
Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The first four, the first 4, a couple of them were really probably very loose. But
I think he was nervous.
It was the bullet on the second day was like level 13 when he bust.
Yeah.
And then he made it through to Saturday for day 2 on his 6th bullet.
Oh, my name's Jadine. Jadine.
Yeah, Jadine.
Yeah, Teller Jones. Oh, thank you. Sorry. My voice is going though.
Yeah.
I know the guy in the small blind, Winston Tran.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dealer at the Empire.
Is he?
Yeah. He's pretty good actually. I've run deep in a few tournaments with him before.
The voice is going 7 days here, 8 days. He's 9 days tomorrow.
Bye.
It's the voice is going. You're going to get Bobby James in, Bobby. How are we doing, buddy?
All good, all good.
Nearly
the end of a long week.
Insane numbers in the eye roller, man.
I said it hit 150. I said it yesterday. I said it hit 150 yesterday.
Oh, 150k. I thought you were players.
No, 150k. Yeah. But no, I was chatting to a few people last night, and I said, yeah, it's going to hit 150k, and it's nearly 180. It's 177, right? Something like that.
Insane numbers.
Mad. Yeah, but all the numbers on everything. Think about the entrance for the Joker's Wild as well. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. It was so busy. Side event numbers, main event numbers, incredible. Susan in seat 3 in the first 5 hands of this session was all in twice, and she never increased her step.
Wow.
2 chops.
Wow.
All in pre both times.
Technically increased it by the big blind ante, but you know that's not really what you want, is it? Was she ahead?
No.
Oh well, then what are you worried about? Happy
Nothing.
to get the antes then.
She's not.
She was way behind both times.
Way behind both
really?
times. Yeah.
This is a pretty interesting spot here. Like obviously, it looks like Winston's probably just limped blind versus blind. Oh no, did he raise? Yeah, he's raised folded blind versus blind.
Alan Budge, never go back to you. Can I be a tag team partner next year? It all depends whether I can play the tag team. We just played it as a tag team for part of the team. Obviously, when one of us was on the tables, the other one was commentating, which is why we did it. So probably not, but we can always ask later in the year or next year when we turn up.
Just seen Dom J. Ben, so my mate Dominic, he just said, am I up for the week? The answer is no. Very much no. But I've had a very good week, so... sorry, Miss Dynamite asked a question. So if a player pushes all in and gets called, throws his cards over but they accidentally land face down, is it classed as a muck? No, if it's an all-in situation and they throw their hand, If they're throwing it so they're facing it up,
Yeah.
then if it's like an all-in call situation, the hand will definitely not be mucked.
Yeah, and very rare players when they're all in throw the cards aimed at the muck cards.
Yes.
Ethically, it's not very good either.
Yes.
But
sometimes people go to turn their hand over and
Yeah.
one card bounces over. They
Yeah.
don't just have to play with one card; they get to use both of their cards. So I thought I'd just answer that question.
And I think by the time before it gets to the muck cards, the dealer's already protected it anyway. So
Yeah.
it would be very hard to do. Not saying it would never happen, but it would be a hard one to get there. By the time the cards are flicked all over the tables, be a great shot to land in the muck.
I mean, I've seen it before. I have seen it before, but like you'd still know what card it was. Like the dealer would know as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winston, it's a good run for him. He's run deep in a few comps for sure.
We've gone for the Olivier Giroud look on the dealer.
Oh, that's I can't remember his name. I think it's like Manos or something like that. He's he deals like every year. I've seen him here last year.
This is first ever Goliath.
This guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
is
really?
he not?
No,
Oh, no, he's not.
No, definitely not.
No, he's definitely not.
I've seen him obviously at other events as well. But yeah, I've definitely seen him last year.
A lot saying that
he's a very
he's
chiselled man.
One of the best.
yeah, he's a very good dealer, but he's also very good looking guy.
Chiselled. I like that word.
Extremely chiselled. Look at his shoulders.
Olivier Giroud.
Olivier Giroud.
If you follow football.
Well, yeah, of course. Plays for Chelsea, right?
Yeah, he used to play at Arsenal.
He used to play for Arsenal, then played for Chelsea. Still plays for Chelsea, I think. Unless he's gone elsewhere.
He's Greek and is the boss,
yeah.
Says Chaz.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name's Manos or something like that.
There you go. So on board a Jack Queen 5, Ace 10. Not forgot you. Susan 375 to call and flicks them into the muck. We are heading towards the end of this level and there'll be one level to play afterwards. Bit of news from the sports guys that the book for day 3 will be up overnight and it will be on the market early morning. It will close before the first card is dealt at 11 AM, so there won't be a long time to get a few shilling on the potential winner. At the moment, I think it was 46, maybe 46 players left, something like that. So they'll be writing the book, it'll be up in the morning, and if you fancy a few shilling on who you think is going to win the Goliath, the prices will be there. The question is, will David Hayes' name be on the book for day 3? What an incredible journey.
Yeah, it's been mad, hasn't it? This lad with the white hat on.
Danny? Yeah.
Yeah, he played really well on the table the other day.
Jonathan Monsley.
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was playing with him the other day in the Goliath, and he made some like pretty. He was doing some very online kind of stuff. Like his sizings were like very good.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, he made like a few bluffs. Oh, Susan's got aces. Lovely. Pretty sure Chris is going to flick the call in here. What are the blinds at the moment?
The blinds are
125.
I don't think it's 100. It's 60. Maybe 81, 60.
All right. Well, dead on the turn, even when he's got top 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! What a sick run out that is!
What a needle!
Wow! Susan wins.
Lovely.
Oh man, from chip leader. Oh man.
Yeah, you don't expect someone to have aces when they've got a
Nope.
short stack.
Ace Queen. Losing.
Ace Queen. Especially when you make a full house, it's never nice when that happens,
No.
is it?
Bit of needle when it comes Queen on the turn, Queen on the river. So well done, Susan. Up to 2.4 million.
David Stevenson, I know that name from somewhere. I don't know if he's a regular player, but I recognise the face. He's got that.
So 81.60 they are. Here comes the 12.42 from Walsall.
Don't know what that noise is.
It's a metal cage.
Ah.
Probably carrying big water bottles.
Mm. Oh, the water bottles was a really good idea this year. Save loads on plastic as well.
Yeah.
Someone's asked if we can get Daniel Story's chips. That count if you have it.
If when the guys come back into the room, I will ask that much.
Oh, Chris has got Kings. Maybe a bit of redemption here.
Is that the chip leader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kings under the gun. Guess you just don't want it to be Susan's big blind, right? Because that's not going to be getting defended too often.
Now there's a small blind defending with Queen Deuce, and probably the Ace-8 will flick it in as well. Looking down at blinds at 81.60, so less than 10 bigs effective for Jack.
I don't think you can defend here from 10. And Jack's actually a pretty tight player. I was playing some Hold'em with him the other day, some Hold'em cash. He played like pretty snug, pretty good. I didn't know he was... Yeah, he actually said that he wasn't even going to play the comp, so... Guess he just flicked it in on the last day. I missed the reg on the last day. Yeah, it's my fault. I overslept massively.
That is massively.
Yeah, I mean...
That's half a day.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
Oh, I missed the registration. What, by 10 minutes? No, 6 hours.
Yeah. Like, apparently it was like 4:45, I think it closed or something. Yeah, I woke up at like 3:38. And then I messaged someone to find out what time Red closed, and I was like, well, I'm too far away because I was in the Airbnb, and I was like, yeah, I'm not making it. Yeah, no good.
Oh, Judgy, just got a 25-25. See you at Luton. If anyone is playing there, the 25-25 will be on its way to Luton after Goliath.
Nice little open spot here for David with 2 red ladies. It's quite interesting, like when you're at these kind of stack depths as well, because it's just a lot of it is just knowing your 3-bet jamming ranges really, and not defending too wide from the big blind. Chris with 15 million. We don't know what he has yet. Nope. In the muck anyway.
In the muck.
In the muck. How long have we got left for today?
We've got an hour on the live stream and about 5 minutes. Late day today. I thought they might have thought about it when they were looking at the clock. We had 2 big delays in the room today because of the system crashing. No fault of anybody's, just the way it is. System decided to go down. We couldn't pay anybody for the first 200 spots, so the queue was getting bigger and bigger. It was going it was going past the feature table, and we're like, hang on a minute, we've got to do something about this. So we eventually had to pause the clock. The bubble was 20 minutes maybe, and we paused the clock, but only 2 hands, so only 4 minutes was lost on the clock. And there was another break as well later on. It was just one of them days, but we ended up like 95 minutes behind. I thought they might have pulled the last level, and they made an announcement that we're either stopping at something like 45 players or play to the end of level 15.
Yeah, I think that's just sensible because obviously everyone's still got to come back tomorrow.
Well, exactly. We're all still playing, and you're all going to be back in the room at 10:30.
It's such a grind. Like this, the thing is, this tournament isn't just about like. Obviously, you've got to get lucky as well.
Yeah.
But there's actually quite a lot of play in it, you know, like when you're deep, and the endurance of this tournament is just insane.
Here he is, Frankie Boyle. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. You can't, lower this, Frankie Boyle. Yes. Nice one, buddy. Oh, no, that wasn't me. That was somebody in the chat box. Somebody in the chat box had a bit of Frankie Boyle lookalike while he's dealing.
Yeah, I got it when I was sat at the table as well.
Well, there you go then. It must be true. It must be true.
Nice to meet you.
Nice one, Simon. Well done, buddy.
Take care, guys.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Top man. Simon's been dealing all week. He has finished his shift and he has got the bus back home tomorrow morning. He is off.
What happened to Jadine? Did she have enough?
Voice went. The voice went and Bobby turned up because he's busted the eye roller.
Yeah. I mean, there's no more comps for me to bust. I mean, there's one tomorrow, isn't there? There's
Deep and Steep. Well, you can play the Deep and Steep. You can't play the seniors.
Well, I'll just use that face app or whatever it is. And just rock up with the picture on my head.
You're walking with the phone in front of your face like that. That's me. That's me.
Oh, we've got a bit of action here. It's been open from +2 with the King Queen off, and Josh in the big blind defended King 4 suited, and we've got King high flop. And a C-bet here from David, and Josh has peeled. This could get a bit tricky.
Yeah, it could on this turn.
Yeah, dry turn. The Sahara turn.
Just going to have a check call once more here, Josh.
Yep. You don't love it.
No, you don't.
Especially if Dave probably bets about 850 to a mil on this turn. It's pretty dry, but you want to make sure that the stack to pot ratio is going to be less than 1, so you can jam a lot of rivers. But it's going to be interesting to see what rivers come, right? Because spades not going to be a good one. Tens, an ace. He's bet a mil, yeah. So it's like he's sizing it up pretty well. This is pretty good sizing. But he's also kind of telegraphing the strength of his hand.
Yeah, King 4 just becomes a bluff catcher now. Once facing the double barrel from David, like all his jack X, if he did choose to bet flop, we're going to check behind here. Wow, that's a good fold.
That is a good fold. That is a really good fold.
Like, you can make an exploitable fold there if you just know your opponent's never going to have a bluff in that spot. Like, player dependent. If David, he's been playing with David obviously all day, he knows he's never going to have a bluff there. Coming in for a double barrel, we can actually make an exploitative fold. But a really good fold from the man in seat 7 there.
Awesome. We're heading towards the end of the day in the room. The live stream will finish in about 60 minutes time.
David Hayes still going well.
Yeah.
As I walk back through the room, he's got an absolute crowd round him.
And how many chips did he have?
It looked around 6 mil, around that.
Wow. The blind at 120.
Yeah, he had 3 mil.
160.
He had 3 mil and 250Ks, 2 mil and 100Ks, and then he had chunks of 25Ks. So looked around that sort of figure.
This could well be a day 3.
Yeah, anyone back to day 3 at 40 to 1?
Yeah, I know. I saw
it. Was?
40 to 1 for day 3.
Wow.
40 to 1.
It was probably a bit mean, to be fair, 40 to 1, but anybody who's on it, good luck.
Yeah, there was someone in the chat this morning, and they posted that they were on him at 40 to 1 for a score. And
800 notes,
yeah, it's not bad, is it?
Derek Borthwick is chip leader on 25 mil. I think Chris must be one of the chip leaders. We're not seeing too many bigger stacks around the room, obviously. When the guys come back in the room, they'll be posting up all the chip counts.
There should be a raise fold here for David. I don't think Jack's going to be jamming too lightly in this spot, especially with an early position open.
David opening under the gun +1 here. Like, wow, he has made the call. He has called it off.
I think it's a bit light when you're, especially in this situation, when you're playing against, you know, this late field in this tournament with such a big prize up top. It just seems like a bit of a light call off, because what's Jack really jamming?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though he's only got like maybe 10 bigs or something like that. I mean, there's no justice in poker.
No justice in this game.
It remembers nothing, mate.
10 ball, corner pocket.
Diamonds,
Here it comes.
or-
Oh, spade or roo.
Ooh, sweat.
Spade or a 10 to keep his tournament alive. Oh, there is justice in poker. There we go.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I think like David probably needs to be calling off with like maybe ace-10 suited, ace-10 suited plus, maybe 9s plus. It's not.
What are the blinds levels now?
It's just changed. It's just gone up to.
So it'd be 80k, 160.
Yeah, 80,
160.
It's a close one, you know. Like the thing is, I just think that you can just be quite
like online. That's a snap call.
Yeah.
That's a snap call, because if we, well, it was 10 bigs. It was 10 bigs. It's a snap call. But in this specific field, like players are just going to shove. Yeah, they're going to shove a lot tighter. Like I don't. Do you recognise anyone that's still left in this field?
This guy here, Winston Tran.
Okay.
He's a dealer at Empire in London.
Right.
And I've played there for like the last few years.
Okay.
And he's a really good friend of mine as well. This guy who's in the 8 seat, Jonathan.
Yeah, John Monslave.
Yeah, he played really well actually on my table in the Goliath the other day, and he was doing like a lot of online kind of stuff, you know, like 3-betting quite wide and C-betting third, and then going like 125%. And I'm like, well, you know, you can just tell when you're watching the game and watching him play. You're like, all right, well, he plays a lot online. You can tell, and he played pretty strong. Okay. So I think he's actually got a good chance. I don't know what his stack is, but he played pretty good. But yeah, Winston, the Empire boy, he's actually run pretty deep in quite a few comps. But yeah, he comes like 17th, and you know, like it's just tough though, because you know, like in these big player fields, especially like, you know, like London Deep Stack and stuff like that, he comes 17th and I come 18th, and we're like, you know, sitting on the same table, and we both got like just a flip.
Yeah.
But it was a flip where we both got like 16 bigs with like queens against ace king, where you just can't not take the flip, you know.
Of course, yeah, I get you on that one.
The thing is, like, even in that kind of comp, you want to play a little bit tighter, but like, you just can't. You know, you just can't go around just like folding ace king. Oh, Winston's all in. Blind versus blind.
Yeah, this is fine from Jonathan here. Once folded to us.
Jonathan's all in, not Winston.
Stephen asks how many left in. I think down to 5 tables now, so I think it's 45. Sorry, no, it'd be 45 once a player comes into seat 9, I believe. So between 45 and 50, everyone locked up £1,770.
Still a very decent cash, especially if you're in for one bullet.
Miss Dynamite says, Bobby, any chance of you spitting some bars? Just checked your Facebook.
There is 0% chance of me spitting any bars.
Drawing dead, Miss Dynamite.
Like, what's up, bud? How you doing? Good. Florian is not in. Florian is out.
Yeah,
right?
Florian busted a couple of hours ago. Another sick run from him, obviously.
Sam Simkis. This is the person who backed David Hay at 40-1. That was it. Yeah. Expected Audley Harrison to go further. It's a minefield, man. It's like, you know, even Florian had like absolute heaps, but you get cooled a few times, or you just run bad, or you just, you know, just get it in and someone's got a better hand.
Yeah, that's it. Propo on YouTube giving us some ranges that from that hand when he called off with the ace-8. Yeah, like I'm saying, like online, like those hands are going to be shoving there. Like, but in this particular setting, these guys are down to the last 50 players from 9,300. Like they're not necessarily going to be taking light shove spots. Like they're going to be more towards the top of their range, so we can fold a bit tighter. It's all about making adjustments in situations like this, and like I said, the ace-8 suited calling that one off, but maybe
it's pretty close.
Yeah,
like,
it is close.
Even
like, it's a snap call online. It's
yeah.
an absolute snap call online, but in this setting, I just think
people really want to go deep in this comp,
exactly.
Right? So
yeah.
like the thing is, I'm not saying that I wouldn't open ace-8 suited. I'd still 100% open ace-8 suited, but I would raise fold it, because I actually think it's so much better to raise fold there than it is to raise call off 10 bigs. against someone who's going to have a fairly capped range, right? Like, he's not going to be jamming light, especially when you're opening from early position. Like, when it's +1, you've got 8 or 9 other players to get through.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So it's like they're just never going to be jamming light. Especially he jammed like +3 or something. So he's then got to get through the rest of the table.
Of
So I wouldn't even be. I'd be jamming like 9s plus there, and probably. I mean, Ace Queen off. Probably like Ace Jack's probably a fold as well. It's quite close. To like early
Ace Queen. I'm going with obviously
Ace Jack suited,
Ace tens a fold, and then like it can be player dependent as well. But the thing is as well, guys, now that the pay jumps are starting to get. You put Bobby into a laughing coma here.
What's this nit talking about? I've never been called a nit in my life.
Well, there's first time for everything.
Wow.
T in the old chat box.
They've just called me a nit.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I think he's bang on, actually.
Yeah.
I think he's got it. I think he's got you down to a teammate.
It's been such a long week, Jay.
I know, and Winston all in here for 15 bigs on the button over and open of Chris with the King Queen here, who's opened under the gun at +2. And Chris actually has got chunks of chips. He's got 100 bigs nearly. So
Win hasn't done anything though.
Yeah.
Like, as far as I've seen, he's just like been chilling. Again, even with like this amount of chips he has, it's probably not going to be great call off. Like, again, he's open from early position. Winston's jam button. It's not like he's going to jam button with.
Winston knows he's against a massive stack as well.
Yeah,
so,
Winston's well happy to get it in, obviously.
He's not going to be do it worse than King Queen, that's for sure.
So my thoughts on the Ace-8 suited hand. Aidan says like he doesn't like the call with Ace-8 because he's dominated 7 times out of 10. It's more about the fact that. Oh, John Sibley's just said I'm the least nittiest player ever. Good man. It's more about the fact that we're talking specifically about this tournament, not like any other tournament. And there's 118k up top, and it makes an absolute massive difference.
yeah, of course it does. I'll probably say approximately, I'd say 50% left in probably haven't even got a score in Hendon Mob.
Yeah.
Like it's as simple as that. Like this live cash for them, or what they've got already locked up, £1,900. It's huge for them.
Yeah.
It's absolutely huge. Like for some of the recreationals in this field, some have satellite in for as little as 25p, and it's 118k.
Loads of people I know are in for like a £5.
I know it's madness. It's absolute madness. Like, and you just like. If there was like a good pro on the table, like it would be different because they wouldn't mind. They'd still be taking the spots. They wouldn't be thinking about potentially busting. They'd happily playing for the top prize. But like in the mindset you find with amateur poker players here, like they just want to keep their tournament live and try and ladder and get closer and closer to that first place prize. So I think in what Bobby's saying here, like we do need to adjust and obviously fold the Ace-8 just because he's just going to be jamming very, very tight there. Versus an early position open. It's obviously a call if it's like cut off versus button, but it's under the gun +1 versus under the gun +3.
We also know that the big stack can also be opening fairly wide, but when like when he's opening from +2, it's still like he's going to have specific hands. They're still going to have a specific open range, and obviously Winston knows this as well. So, Winston's not going to be jamming lightly. He's not going to be jamming with like Ace-5 off, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
even like Ace-5 suited. Like Ace-5 suited's like pretty close, but that's more of an online play.
Yeah,
in this
exactly.
comp, you just wouldn't jam Ace-5 suited.
Exactly.
Like,
So Jonathan here coming in with an open to 360 with the Ace-Jack suited off of sub 20 bigs.
So is he folding 7s? No, I'd be jamming 7s. I'd be jamming 7s against the +2 open from a larger stack. But if someone opens off like 25 bigs, then yeah, I'd fold 7s. It's not about like being a nit or being tight. It's just about adjusting. Like me and Jay have already said that it's just a completely different tournament to any other tournament, and that's the main variable here. Whereas like if you're playing a £30 comp in your local or something, it's not gonna it's not life changing money. Do you know what I mean? It's just not life-changing money. So, Green Giant thinks I'm crazy.
spends too much time grinding sobers.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I spend too much time playing Rip Cheater on MPN actually, on Grosvenor. And he still doesn't know my username.
Yeah, I agree, Emra. Chris should be dominating this table. Like with Chris's stack size here, this back end of the day 2, can you imagine everyone on this table how much they want to make day 3 of the Goliath? Like, Chris has got all the chips here. He could potentially really start applying pressure and
of course he could.
chip up, but it just seems like he's once again it's because of what's up top. Chris don't want to potentially spew off chips and wants to just he's got an average stack for 20 players left, so he could just fold his way to like an extra £2,000 potentially, and this sort of money is just huge for these guys, huge for anyone. In 118k, it's a huge first prize.
I had 8 bullets. Apparently not.
That's the best answer I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Bobby, you're a pro. Apparently not.
No, apparently not. I don't know anything. I haven't, I've done nothing in the industry ever.
Carl, guys, be nice. He's doing us a favour. He's keeping me company, and he does know his stuff as well. So
I've written a few things.
I love this from Adam. I really, really like this from Adam.
You 3-bet small?
Yeah,
that's good.
This is. I really like this from Adam. I know we can see David's got queens here, but Adam opening.
Yeah.
Sorry, David opening in seat 2 in the cut-off. Like, once again, it comes down to at this table, like he's going to be folding so often here, David. Like, it's probably might even just pass like ace queen off here because of what's at stake. So, unfortunately, it's not going to work here, Adam. We've got the ace blocker, but we've run into queens. But I really do like this 3-bet. Can't be results orientated. I know we can see the whole cards. This is when Tao usually goes, yeah, but he's got queens.
Yeah, it's pretty good 3-bet from the small, to be honest. Like, we've got ace blocker, facing a late position open. It's pretty standard. I actually like it from this stack depth specifically.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. And a snap fold from the 4-bet.
Just a 3-bet fold, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you say the Goliath equivalent to the WSOP main event, just lower buy-in and as top heavy? Obviously, completely different structure as well. But yeah, in terms of runners, basically 9,300 runners, just as big as the WSOP main was this year. But yeah, it's like a little mini WSOP main event, and 118k up top is huge.
Yeah, it's very similar. Obviously, the structure is massively different, but it's similar in the fact that there's a lot of runners. It's a bit of a minefield. It's quite hard to, get through. But yeah, just adjusting to the later stages, just something people struggle to do. But it just looks like with the King Queen that opened and then folded, it's a pretty standard raise fold.
No, he didn't fold Queens 4-bet ripped, and the Ace-3 snap folded. On YouTube, how much is the high roller buy-in? It's £335, and there is 160k in the prize pool. No prize pool, no top prize confirmed yet, as it is a 2-day event. Prize pool will be out for that when the players are coming back for day 2 tomorrow.
Probably 45.
Yeah. Probably like I'd say probably 40k, somewhere between that. I don't know. How have we got this many runners in the super high roller? It's like
madness. I said it hit 150k yesterday, and everyone was like, "No way!" No, maybe 100 if you're lucky. And I was like,
"I would have gave you like 10 to 1 on that."
Yeah, but that's
I would
what
have
I
gave
mean.
you like 10 to 1 shot on that. It's like crazy. Where are all these players coming from? It's just incredible.
Someone's trolling me. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is, but I'm being trolled. I'm enjoying it though.
Embrace the troll.
I am embracing the troll. I have to do it all the time, so.
So we've got about an hour left on the day. We'll be finishing up around 2 in the morning. But the day tomorrow, back from 11:30 on stream. It's the big one, day 3. Someone will be taking home the trophy and £118,000. Started with 9,300, 1,053 came back today, and now we are down to 47 players. Okay.
It's nice to see that I've got some nice attention in the chat. Such is life.
What's a troll?
Yeah. I mean, I keep getting called booby as well. I'm alright with that as well.
Chip leader in the room still. Derek Borick with 25 million chips. What a stack that is for him.
You just jam button. Interesting.
Who Jack hit?
Yeah, that's a bit.
Want to come in from open because it gives someone to re-shove a hand like ace 10 against us.
10.
Yeah, it's like just got to be opening here.
Ace deuce to ace 5 suited.
Off of 8.
King, maybe even like king queen off.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
If someone opens button. If someone opens button, then I'd definitely be jamming like quite wide. Queen 10 suited, king jack off, king queen off.
Yeah, I'm just clicking it there on the button at this stage of the tournament with jacks, just clicking it up to 320. And as well, like, talk about how wide the big blind is perceived to defend nowadays. You want to start getting value. Like the big blind's going to defend like 9-10 off, like hands that we have absolutely crushed in that spot, and want to start getting some value from those type of holdings. And we're just not going to get it with a jam off of 19 big blinds. Like, yeah, if
I can understand he's trying to make it look weaker, but 19 bigs to jam
at
on the
this
button
stage as well, like 19 bigs to jam on the button at this stage of the tournament. Like what we
I can't think of a hand that I would jam on the button with 19 bigs.
Fooish on Twitch, David Haight is still in. So I'm not sure where that information came from, but David Haight is still in the tournament. So
did Charles open under the gun?
yeah, he's opened 2.5x here as well.
With queen 10 off?
Yeah. It's and the thing is, he's opened off at 17. Not 17 big, 12 bigs. Yeah, 12 bigs. Here with queen 10 off. Like we've just got a fold here.
Huge.
Yeah.
Josh is just going to be like, wow, this looks quite strong though. Well, Josh is just flattered.
I'm going to rip there as Josh a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Against just because we've got 17 bigs and Charles is playing effective 12 bigs here. Obviously we've got the big blind just to get through, but probably no player in this field left in would take that spot. But no. Ace Jack there, I'm just going to be ripping out the small.
Rip, right?
It looks like it's come ace high. Is that an ace?
Looks like a paint card. Queen high. Yeah, Ash, I know 19 bigs is only an M of like 7.6, but like in this tournament again, like you just wouldn't jam that hand. You just open with jacks.
And this is the problem, like just flattening the ace jack here in the small when like the big blind behind us got sub 20 bigs and the openers got 12 bigs. At times we whiff the flop, we're just going to have to check fold, and Josh going to have to let the ace jack go here, and Jonathan going to do the. Did Jonathan defend the big here against 2.5x with 10-5 off?
It's a bit light.
It is a bit light.
Just a bit.
Charles out gets rewarded for that with the queen 10.
Interesting line.
Yeah, it's
interesting line if you know you're going to flop top there, right?
It's just got to go in the muck under the gun there, and like I said, the ace jack just going to be moving in. Like effective stack is 12 bigs other than the big blind behind us, so once we just rip in there, we're just going to pretty much big blinds are just going to be passing so often, and then we get it in against the 12 bigs a lot of the time. Well, the queen 10 I think probably would have folded there.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably would have folded.
It's not a raise fold hand, it's probably just a fold.
Yeah, it's
just to
confirm
confirm it is a fold.
Yeah,
and I don't know why 10-5 off defended the big blind. Maybe to get fruity on some flops, I guess. I mean, you've got queen 10. It's not the best hand, right? And you're opening off 17 bigs. I can understand it looks strong, but it's,
especially at this table as well. Like there's plenty of reshove stacks as well out there. Like
I mean, if you have queens, I actually don't mind it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, fine. Even from 12 bigs or whatever, just open. I'm never getting through with 10-5 in my life.
I thought I was the only person that used that word, fruity. I've used it like for about 6-7 years playing
I like
poker.
fruity.
I always say fruity.
Sometimes you got to get a bit fruity, yeah.
So cut off here. Chris. Yeah, I like this from Chris. I'm fine with this. Like, we've got all the chips here. As long as we get through the button, we're going to be going to have position post flop. And I don't actually think none of these players have 15 bigs or less.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the big blinds? Because that's probably important to know, like the rejam.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so Josh didn't have 15 bigs or less. It's just the big blind. Saying that, the big blind does actually look like he's fairly short here.
And did defend 10-5 off a minute ago. And has fives.
Like Charles, I'm
like 15 bigs to rip it in.
Yeah, we've just got to shove there against the big stack. Like fives is just shoved there, and this is what I mean, guys. Like we don't see this in the usual GU KPTs that we cover, and Chris has to continue this flop, just has to. Like it's queen high, it's
about 350,
rainbow board.
400k.
Yeah, I'd go even smaller here personally, like because
really.
if Charles has got a hand he's gonna go with, he's just gonna shove anyway, so it's fine to go small here.
Yeah.
It's a bet 4-2-5, and quick folds. Nice, Chris using the big stack to his advantage, but the 5 should have ripped there. They would have picked up a nice little pot.
Just pile it in. The thing is, especially when you've got big blind ante as well, like it's even more reason for just piling it in.
Got to pile it in there. Got to pile it in with the 5s. Well, Charlie, it's you say what's going on, but these guys are playing for 118k. They're going to be playing a lot tighter, a lot more passive. There's so much money at stake, and they're down to the last 45 players remaining. Down to 5 tables. Chris, I've got a fold here with a 3 deuce. Does let it go. B. Themon on YouTube. Is seat 3 OTB Red Baron?
Confirm or deny? Denied.
If Susan is Red Baron, that would be probably the best poker story I've ever heard, but I'm pretty sure she's not. What's the current payout? Asked Rob. So everyone has locked up. Bear with me. Get you. So everyone has locked up £1,925. So just under 2k. As we see blind on blind here.
It's good from Winston.
Yep.
No one's limping on my blind. No one's limping on my blind when I've got a king.
Mr. Reswell said, scared money. A lot of these people never been in this situation, and probs won't be in this situation again for a long time. You're exactly right, and that's why we're seeing the plays that we're seeing. We're just seeing passive, non-aggressive poker, and they're basically just waiting to see who gets the best hand and then get it in, and then it's down to the poker gods. But no one really taking a stand here. Obviously, we saw Chris open the Jack 3, but we'd like to see more of that from Chris. can really give himself one of the best stacks to start day 3. Susan here's got an easy shove. Blinds are now up 100k, 200k.
Nice.
So she's going to be moving all in for 10 bigs.
Glad she didn't open. If you have like 16 bigs, do you open there?
What with jacks?
Close, isn't it? Like, what's your line for opening from 16? For me, I mean, I would just jam all of my range there, even if I have like aces, kings, and queens, because I want to remain balanced.
Yeah,
I
of course.
I want to be having like all my good hands and.
But I'm going to still have like probably open. Actually, no, I'm probably not. Yeah, that's a good question. Jacks is probably right on the line there. 16 bigs, whether I open or fold it. It probably depends on my table. If I had this table, I'd probably open it because I know my jam. Like I'm not getting called by the right range. I should be getting called by. But on like a good table, like a GUKPT, I'm just going to be jamming it. But this particular table, I'll just be coming in for an open.
Yeah. I'd definitely probably still jam jacks from like 10 though.
Yeah, definitely from 10. Yeah, 100% from 10. I understand why everyone's so tight, but damn, I want to see some flops.
Yeah,
we want to see some flops too.
Want some post-flop action?
Yeah. I know, Ash, this would be the absolute dream table here, like, it'd be the dream. So Queen Jack in the hijack for Jonathan here. He's playing 15 bigs. He's actually going to come in for an open here.
I like this. What would you jam from 15 here? Queen Jack's quite close, but
Queen
again
Jack,
in this
Queen Jack suited. Yeah, I'm probably jamming. I'm probably not even going to open.
Isn't it Susan's big though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Susan's big, so it's like.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's very true. That's a very good factor.
Yeah.
In this hand.
You know it's being under-defended, so I think Jonathan's taken a rather low variance line by just opening.
And like you said, Jonathan was playing really well at your table, so probably one of the better players in the field.
He's going to play really well in position.
Yeah, so he's going to want to take the lower variance spots rather than the higher variance spots. Like if you're same again, if you're at a good table, it's fine to take the higher variance spots. But if you feel like you've got an edge on your table, you want to try and keep the variance as low as possible.
I agree. I like this one though. Hi guys, what do you have when you have a win-what strategy? Do you use to keep the wife from taking it all? I give her 50% and hope she doesn't check end.
Give her 50% and hope she doesn't check end. And
I like this. Susan's run multiple sims on blind, big blind versus hijack. You should give up 95% of range. Be the man is my hero already. I think Dave's probably just going to rip. Oh wow, he's folded. That's pretty tight.
And then this is what we're talking about, like how people are actually tight. The players are actually playing here. It's this table's just very, very passive.
I think Dave should probably adjust to the fact that Jonathan's going to be opening lighter on Susan's big blind specifically because he knows that she's under defending way more than she should.
Same situation though, Ash. It's as simple as that. These guys are just playing for chunks for them. Like, I probably 90% of them left in have never been playing for 20k, 30k up top, let alone 118k. It's huge for these guys left in the field. I don't even think, Dave, what? have we got any pros left in? Any notable GUKPT regs? No. So there. No, pardon?
Martin Fry, yeah.
Oh, Martin Fry. Still in.
He's probably a bit the most notable.
Yeah. So like one. So there's like one player left in the field.
I played loads of comps with him. He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's proper.
And the other thing is, it's like, I think as like an amateur player, like all these guys are having their little poker circles as amateurs, and they'll all come to this event and travel to this event, and it's like the bragging rights of I've made day 3 of the Goliath. I'm in the 0.5% of the field that made day 3 of the biggest tournament outside of Vegas. Like these guys, if they can make day 3, it's like it's huge.
It's a massive achievement in general. Like even like running deep in the comp is pretty hard. There's a lot of variance. Nice 3-bet spot here for David. Chris, obviously, with all the chips opening 10-8 suited +1s, probably fine. Just gonna be raised fold into a lot of stacks. Obviously, calling off the ones where it's like 6-7 bigs or something.
Yeah, we're going way too big here, though, as Chris. Just click it to 400. Don't need to go to 525. When we start going like more than 2.5x, we just isolate a better range of hands to continue against us.
Yeah.
And David here just electing to rip the queens for 25 bigs. And when it comes back around to Chris, he's just going to have to get out. Is he asking for a count?
No.
No.
We lose so many more chips as well by not min raising here.
Yeah,
or like 2.1x.
New deck, please. New deck.
See the Goliath in the championship, bro.
Decent move when you're snoring.
It's normal missing 15 last 2 games, guys are playing.
Yeah.
Get me on here, all the lads will rip this shit out of it.
I won't even look at it. Yeah, we'll do the same, man.
The commentators will be like, why did you start those extras? Free flop.
Sick read.
Whoa, we're going to have an all-in and a call here between Winston and Adam. And this is the only way at this table where we're going to get all-ins. It's just like when 2 players wake up with a strong hand.
There we go.
And this is a huge flip in terms of equity within the prize pool. It's huge for these guys. One of them is going to have around average stack, and one of them is going to be out the door pretty much. So Jacks versus Ace King. This is a huge
That's
flip.
what we're talking about, though. These flips, you need to win these flips.
How many aces and kings have been folded?
Well,
is that something going wrong with the?
There must have been. Yeah, I was going to say. I wondered why it was 27%.
Yeah, that's a graphic.
Jay, have you seen that? Yeah, 27% with Ace King here, mate.
No.
27%
Must be
with
aces
Ace
and
King,
kings that
yeah.
folded, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, all of them, right? Like,
no, there's going to be
3 folded.
4.
Right?
Hang on, 4. There'll be 4. No, 3 folded. Yeah, 3 folded. 3 left in the deck, I think. And 2 left in the deck. 2 left in the deck.
Wow, come on, win.
Oh, some opportunities. 4 will chop this up. But it's a 5 on the river. So the Jacks are going to double up, and Winston now is left with a sub 4 big blinds. So that's just a huge flip for Adam to win at this stage of the tournament. Commiserations for Winston. He's going to need one hell of a spin.
Lucky winnow.
Hi Tim in the chat. Hello, first Goliath this year. Very much enjoyed it. Want to play next year. But thanks to everyone as well. Probably should give you all you guys a mention tuning in throughout the day. I know there's been plenty of you that have been tuned in every day that we have been on stream. And like I say, make our jobs a lot easier. The guys in the chat box interacting with us well. 95% of the chat box make our lives a lot easier. 5% make them a bit harder. But
I've enjoyed it though.
Yeah, like you've embraced it, Bobby.
Yeah, you just got to take it, man. You just have to take it. Well, I just got a message from one of my mates saying that Pt.4 Adam is one of his mates.
Well, listen.
Right.
And he's a very good player.
That's the roller coaster it was. If it's on Monday or Tuesday and you told us a story, we're going to give it this. That's not
Charles should probably be piling it in here with the 5s. It looks like he has. Oh, there's a rejam. We don't know what hole cards he has just yet though. Oh, ace-10 suited. Yeah, it looks like everyone else is just going to let it go. And another classic race. 5s to survive for Charles, and Adam's going to try and take him out of ace-10 suited. Safe so far. No one's got a club either. Club makes no difference. Oh, 5 on the river just to confirm the hold, and the double up for Charles, who's got 3.9 million now. About 20 big blinds. So Jay's just popped out for a minute. He's going to be back very shortly.
Alright, back Bobby, thanks for that.
Just got an elimination. We had Adam, seat 9 jam, with the 5s. And there was an ISO from ace-10 suited, and the 5s held. And he's got 20 bigs now.
20 bigs?
Yeah.
So we ain't got long left on the day, guys. I think there's around 20 minutes left.
Winston getting his 3 and a bit bigs in with deuces. Oh no, Susan's got queens.
Oh,
mate.
So the ladies got the ladies, and Adam's all in over the top. What's Adam got here? What has Adam got here? Susan's been
good
so
time
tight.
To come back, mate. Good time
Adam
it's got to
has
be at least
ace
kings,
king,
right?
Ace king.
Minimum.
Ace king minimum, kings.
Maybe jacks here.
No, I wouldn't even ISO jacks.
What against 10 bigs? Against 10 bigs, Susan's.
Oh yeah, ace king suited. Yeah, but it's Susan, man.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's 10 bigs, and like she can have 10s here and 9s, I guess. But he has got ace king, and we're going 3 ways to the flop. This is huge. At the end of the day, ace king, queens, and deuces.
Can we see a flop?
Maybe.
See a ton?
So the queen's holding.
5 ball.
The lady and the ladies are holding. Need to fade the 5 ace king.
Wow.
And it does. So Susan going to be up to 5.1 million chips. Back end of the day, Adam, who just doubled up, is now down to 1.8 million. And Susan, 5.1 mil.
GG Winston.
Earlier on, Bobby. Susan was all in with 3 outs, and the dealer put her straight on the board.
Not the best
and then
team
she got
ever.
it in.
Oh, she chopped twice.
She chopped twice in the space of 3 hands to keep her tournament alive. Go on, Susan, says Julie.
We're just not the best team.
Honestly, guys, I can't believe the amount of people that are still watching at this time of the evening and 1:30 in the morning here, all tuned in to watch the Goliath. It's really great from you guys. Glad you're all enjoying the coverage. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow from 11:30 for the big day. Day 3 of the Goliath.
Oh, man. Is it the last day tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can we do it all again?
Yeah, we can do it all again, Tower.
Can we do it all again?
Yeah.
Oh. Was you posting that?
What's that?
A link?
No, that's been there for ages. Yeah, it was there before I got there.
Nathan, I remember the cat. Susan, the new cat, love. What was his name? That's going to bug me now. There was a guy in London. He must have he lost the pot down to 5 bigs and then just kept spinning out. Lost the pot, left with 5 bigs. He must have done it about 6 or 7 times on the final table. Like he got down to
GUKT?
Yeah, GUKT. He got down to sub 5 bigs 6 or 7 times and just kept spinning it back up. And we nicknamed him the cat because he had 9 lives.
That's the way I play.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, Nathan. But yeah, I know exactly who you're going on about. That was a fun final table, that one, back in London last year.
You can have both of these in 7 minutes, I think. Perfect. You'll be on the bus in
Hey.
Take me home.
Heading towards the end. It's been a long day.
Awesome, thanks. Elliot reckons that he wants to come and join our tour. He likes the hours we work.
Craig will be finishing up in about 15 minutes' time.
Yep.
What hours on a fucking guard dog?
Yeah. Evening, everybody. I am in it. I'll tell you what. I am that man. Bobby James could not teach me new tricks about folding. I am that man.
I'll tell you, I've got a question for you actually. Remember in the tag team, I actually wanted to ask you this the other day when the button opened and we had like 50 bigs and we shoved and you showed a king.
Yeah.
What was your other card?
Jack.
It was King Jack?
Yeah.
We just put it in with King Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought okay.
Don't tell me you're having nightmares thinking I did it with kings.
Well, no, I'm having nightmares what we're shoving 50 bigs with.
Yeah, that's King Jack.
Yeah. The board had a king on it.
It was the pre-flop one. When you shove pre-flop and you show the king.
Oh yeah, King Jack.
Oh, you did have King Jack.
Yeah, King Jack.
Okay.
Were they suited?
Well, you said mix it up.
Yeah, I said mix it up, but not like that.
I remember. I think it was clubs and spades, I think.
At least they're both.
I showed you the 5 once. That was.
That was actually a good. Well, I don't know what your other card was, but
that was pretty impressive.
Assuming we river the set right.
Absolutely, everybody thinks that I'm just like this Nick that can't play, and all of a sudden there's the bluff spanned anglers, and we're in. Boom.
He's got a 5, mate. He is in.
Yeah. And Chris, free betting here like this from Chris. Once again, using his big stack to apply pressure this late in the day, and David here with the Jack 10 suited if we're going to go with this for 25 bigs, we've got a 4-bet rip. Against Chris as well, he's perceived to not always have it because of his stack size, but I'm just going to be letting this one go as David hit. Unless we have some sort of soul read that Chris has just had it, we can come in for a 4-bet rip. But
it looks like he's actually going to pill.
When they both go running it.
It's a pretty decent flop there for Jack 10 suited.
You can't put it in the box. When I whistled you over.
Chris going to continue here.
Yeah.
Same as before, what we said, don't want to be coming in too big here because like the times that David just checked
this
rips, we burn off. Like, we just burn off chips.
This is pretty big as well.
And there it is, there's the all in. And
on this board texture, even if like Chris has a hand like kings or whatever, it's you know, like, I don't know. I think 3-betting deuces is fine, but on this board texture, I don't really think it favours our range. Obviously, like, we can have 10s, 7s and 8s, but
in this specific situation, I'm fine with the 3-bet with deuces. But like, we don't have to c-bet every single flop. But then again, like, once David opens under the gun +1, like, and then peels our 3-bet out of position, like, he's not going to have like 10-8 suited, Jack-9 suited, like those type of hands. It's just really sets we're worried about, like 7s, 8s and 10s. Like, he's not going to have any 2-pair combos here or any straight. So I don't actually mind the c-bet, but I just prefer going so much smaller for this reason, because we just burn off chips the time and he does move all in. It's just fine to come in with around 3rd quarter pot continuation.
Some Hollywood going on here.
Yeah, proper Hollywood. Is it actually?
See you tomorrow anyway, but it's been a pleasure nonetheless.
Thanks very much.
We'll be knocking about tomorrow, but
like, Chris can't even call here. Even if Chris like thought he had a bluff here, like, we just can't call, because even against the bluffs we're basically flipping. So we're either flipping against the bluffs or we've got 2 outs, so 8% or around 8% against the made hands, and like, bit of a unneeded minute tank there.
I guess he's just trying to make it like a bit of, not just like TV time, but more table presence, in the fact that he doesn't want David to think that he's 3-betting him that light.
Yeah.
And then obviously when he c-bets that flop and gets ripped on, he obviously doesn't just want to like snap fold. You know, he doesn't want to give out an image like it's just 3-bet him like super loose.
But to be honest, I'm going to be snap folding there, because we're right near the end of the day, and we want to get more hands in with this stack.
For sure.
We don't want to get a table draw tomorrow.
On this table specifically.
Exactly. We don't want to get a table draw tomorrow when we've got bigger stacks around the table. We've got the perfect table at the moment. Like, we want to get as many hands in as possible before the end of the day. It's Chris, so
yeah. David's played really solidly actually. I think, you know, like the fold from the small blind with ace 10 is pretty tight, because especially when Jonathan's opening into Susan's big blind, you know, it's going to be opening a bit lighter than it would open in, say, like Chris's big or something like that. So yeah, it's a bit tight, but it's, you know, it's fine. Dave's up to 9.1 mil now.
So Jack here with King Jack. Raise and take.
So it's like 11 mil. He's dropped a few.
Yeah,
Chris?
Yeah, made We made a free bet with deuces, like which I actually like, and I think it's fine. Then maybe we just need to continue smaller or just give up on the flop. There's something's going on one of the outer tables, guys. We're going to head over there, see what's happening.
Well, look at that board, and that is the run of finishing in 40th place for David A. Flush on the river against the bigger flush from seat number 9. That is a monster pot, and David Hayes' run has just come to an end. Just come to an end. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, he gets a round of applause as well. Flush over, flush on the end. It was incredible. And fingers crossed we can just grab him straight away. Just how unlucky was that, man?
That was as far as I was supposed to go. I felt good. I really enjoyed it. I went for the win. Yeah. I could have just stayed there and waited till tomorrow, but I felt the energy. I felt it. I was supposed to go in. I was looking for the 9. Yeah. 9 of
we had a flush on the river. It was
and I got it. The diamonds. I was looking for that 9 of diamonds. It came, so I had to go in. with it.
What a story!
It's been fun. Listen, it's been so much fun. I've really enjoyed it. It's been tough and grueling, but I like a challenge. You know, I've always aimed for the toughest type of environments, and this is it. You know, I was here a year ago. I didn't know how to play poker. I didn't know the rules. Literally, I'm not just saying that. I'd never played poker before, and to come back here in a year and to come 29th. Was it 29th?
We finished 40th.
40th
out of 9,300.
Yeah, honestly, that for me, that obviously I wanted to win. I came here to win, but you know, to get as far as that, I'm really pleased with myself. All my coaches, all the people who've helped me. Thank you so much. It's made. No, I've really enjoyed it.
And you've played with a smile on your face.
Yeah,
and the guys at the table have helped you along.
Yeah, everyone's been so nice. The whole poker community's really come together. They know I'm not a poker player. Now I'm a boxer, but they've all taken me under their wing and really given me advice. Non-stop. Literally round the clock, I'm getting messages from America. I'm keeping people updated how I'm going. It's really been a little adventure, and you know, I'm definitely going to be playing poker for the rest of my life.
Good.
I wasn't a fan of poker. I didn't understand it. Didn't get it. Didn't think it was anything I'd be connected with. But after playing it for a year and doing as well as I have now, I've got a knack for it, and I'm just going to get better and better and better.
12 rounds of boxing or 12 hours of poker?
I tell you what, it's been grueling. I was here. What time is it now? It's 1 a.m. Yeah, 13 hour stretch. But that's it. It's kind of a battle of attrition. You just got to really kind of hold it together when your brain's wandering off. I did. My brain went a couple of times there, but I had to claw it back. You can feel your energy sort of just dissipating, but you've got to kind of just it's tough and it's tough and mentally grueling.
It sure is.
But I've really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait till next year.
A fantastic effort and a great journey.
Thank you very much.
Great story. Well done, David.
I'll be back.
40th, fantastic effort.
Brilliant.
Great effort.
Wow, what a run for David Hay, 40th out of 9,300 players. It's just incredible. He's in the top 0.25% of the field, which is just a sick run for his first ever Goliath. He took home £2,085 for his troubles, and I think everyone expected him not even to make day 2, so for him to actually bust 4 hands before the end of the day on day 2 here, it's just incredible, and it's a really great run, and hopefully we'll see more of David this year playing poker. He might come and play a few of our GUK PTs, but I don't think anyone expected him to do this well. He really has exceeded all expectations.
I think he just got progressively better as the whole tournament went on.
I agree.
He started to understand spots a bit. Like I saw him fold jacks earlier in a spot when someone else had queens.
I remember the hand. Yeah,
and like that's it's not an easy spot, and like he's played really well, and I think that he deserves getting as far as he did. It's a very tough thing to do, and it's a very good achievement.
Yeah, it's a bit sick for the day 3 bets. 4 hands before, 4 hands.
Sam Simkis, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 hands before the end of the day. It's a pretty sick one.
Oh, ace queen against ace king here.
Yeah, Jonathan just going to rip here off of.
Well, this is going to get called.
Yeah, this
for sure.
Yeah, this is going to go. This is going to go in.
Yeah, I wouldn't 3-bet to a smaller size.
The reason we don't want to 3-bet here because it actually gives room for Jonathan to jam hands like 6s, 7s, 8s, and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
And then obviously we call off and we're in a huge flip. So it's just better to move all in here off of 17 big blinds. As Jonathan with the ace king, I'd be very surprised if he took any other line here.
We also know Chris has been opening fairly light as well, and he's going to have a lot of raised folds in his range.
Yeah,
so you'd rather he just raise folds at 6s and stuff like that instead of he's not going to raise call off too much, but ace queen suited.
Yeah.
This
is a call from Chris.
Yeah.
It's just a call up at the back end of the day. He's going to ask for a count once he realises it's 17 big blinds. I'm sure we'll see him make the call, like Chris here.
Yeah.
Bit of a setup.
Yeah, go on then.
Like Chris here is going to be shoving all his pocket pairs. He's going to have some king queens in there, ace jack, ace 10. Especially against Chris as well, we can potentially shove a lot wider. So we're just too high up our range here as Chris to let
ace
this
queen
go.
off's close.
Yeah, ace queen. It's a bit.
Ace queen off's probably a fold.
I think
it's still 17. It's
I just think because of the dynamic of Chris being the chip leader here, that Jonathan is perceived to be shoving.
John's going to be shoving correctly as well.
Yeah. So Chris going to go into the tank and think about this decision. It is a big decision. It is for around
third.
Yeah, about a third of his stack here. Well, a bit more, but a bit less. Sorry, a bit less.
Very marginal. Yeah, it's
a bit less. Wow, is Chris actually going to make the hero fold here?
This would be a sick fold.
Yeah, it would be a sicko fold, but especially against Jonathan as well. If this is Susan shoving for 3.55 mil, yeah, we can make an exploitative laydown, but Chris might just want to take 11 mil through to day 3 and not take this spot. And I think he's going to fold here just from body language alone. Usually, oh no, he is going to call. He is going to make the call, and he's got ace queen versus ace king. He sees the bad news.
Not enough of it. It's a pretty tough spot, but 17 bigs. I actually respect for the amount of time he's thinking there. Because the thing is, Jonathan's going to have 8s, 9s, 10s, all of those kind of hands. He's also going to have. He's not really going to have queen jack suited though, not as much in this comp. And obviously we're blocking it with a queen. I just think that raise called an ace queen here. Ace queen suited for 17's probably alright.
Oh, queen. No. Not like this. Not like this, dealer. Oh, this is so grim.
Yeah.
Back end of day 2.
Yeah,
get
Jonathan
it in
really
good,
well,
Jonathan, man. It's a sick one for him because if he wins that pot, he's got 7.4 mil average stack.
This is the swings we're talking about.
I know,
man.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm saying the variance that it takes to get to the last day in this tournament is absolutely unbelievable.
Last hand. That was a sick one, and that is it for the day, guys, I believe. I'm sure Mikey just came over and said that was the last hand. I've got to give a big shout out to Bobby James, who's been so kind to come and join us this last session. Really been good to have his input. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in. Tomorrow is day 3. We are going to be live from 11:30. You won't want to miss it. We started with 9,300, whittled down to 1,053, and now we have 38 players coming back tomorrow. I've been Jay Harwood. I'll see you at 11:30 tomorrow. It's over to the tower with the end of day roundup.
Well, what an end. What an end to the day. That was incredible. David A. busting out 4 hands before the end of play. Flush over flush on table 1. We're just going to have a quick start. He's getting hugs and kisses and love bites and everything.
Hey there, Tal.
Derek?
Yes.
You're going to have to tell me what's happened because you're bagging up about 28 mil. Can you please tell me what's on these outer tables?
Running hot. Just running hot, picking the positions, shoving in the right spots, and just grinding it out.
And on the outer tables, they're just under the radar. No, we've got
4 red.
We are just bagging over. It is about 28 mil, but
pretty much.
It's a great effort. It is chip lead going into day 3, and I know we're a long way away, but we're having kisses and love bites and all sorts at the minute. So there's dreams about, mate.
Oh
there's dreams about.
The wife's already bought half a horse.
Where do you normally play, Derek?
Galston, just outside Great Yarmouth.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Great Yarmouth, lovely place.
Yes.
A lovely place. Well, we have just, I think we're just bagging up chip lead. You count them.
Yes.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you, Tom.
Great effort. Absolutely awesome. 28 million chips. The average stack is 6 million chips. The interviews are going on. All the guys are now bagging and tagging. We're back for day 3 and the final day of Goliath 2019. As it says on the board, it's 38 out of 9,300. We started this morning with 1,053. We hit the bubble before the first break. It was incredible to lose that amount of players in that short space of time. Bogdan became the man on the bubble, and then players just absolutely nosedived out of the tournament and ended up on that little bit there where they got all the money. The guys are bagging up. Well done to everybody for making day 3. It's going to be a super, I tell you what. Cannot wait for tomorrow. A little bit of sadness that Davey's not going to be there, as he's still doing the interviews, but 4 hands from the end. Super effort, first ever Goliath. And as he said in his interview 12 months ago, he walked through that door, couldn't play poker, didn't know what clubs and spades were. What a fantastic effort. Well done, everybody. Well done to you lot yet again for watching. We'll see you tomorrow from 11 in the room with 38 left, 11:30 on the live stream. Looking forward to the final day of Goliath 2019. Come and join us.